I'ma talk shit in the world gone stupid.
We're back. We made it.
Back. You guys sing welcome back? We got shit talked to us because we were singing the welcome back song.
Did we?
Yeah, Dominica was all like, why are you singing on your podcast? I was like, what are you talking about?
Because
you're singing.
we're future budding artists, bro.
Yeah. For those of us listening, you may have heard a third laugh. We got our a good friend here as a casual guest. We're gonna have him on again sometime down the road when we talk about AI and computer stuff because he's like that. Yeah. But today we have our friend Frank Vincent. No, hold on. Rewind that.
Next,
Yeah, rewind that. That was too nice.
here we go.
Frane Vincent Rosini, everyone. Thank you. Welcome.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Hey, appreciate
Friend Frane is here. We're happy. Our friend Frane is a Croatian Italian from San Pedro. I don't think they make them any different up there in San Pedro. Everybody's either Italian or Croatian.
Or Mexican.
Yeah, but that's of recent. And so yeah, I call him Frank every once in a while, you know, but Frane, Frane.
Yep.
Yep, that's on his license, his birth certificate. Oh, you had it switched.
No.
You're living in sin over here.
No, it's on my social security card. And that is the only place that it lives. It has been completely cut out of everything. It's not, apparently, well, I take that back. It was on the attendance list when I first started at Bishop Montgomery High School. Freshman year, they're taking attendance, and they sure said my name, and that was painful.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Other than that, it's out.
Okay, that explains the Vincent.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
I was a little lost for half a second.
Well, I was getting teased as a kid, and I just said to my mom preschool, "Hey, what? No one says my name right, including this guy over here." and so, do I have a middle name? Oh, it's like, yeah, it's Vincent. I'm like, that's what I want to be called. So there we go. And then I just cut it out.
Then it just spiraled once I came into the picture.
Yeah, he's like, bringing it back up.
Yeah.
Resurfacing.
We like to
At
try.
an early age, you could make a decision like that, bro.
It was like every single person couldn't say it. So it's like, it was very predominant.
I hear you.
Franny.
Single person. It made it very easy to make that decision.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny. Well, welcome.
Thanks, man.
Yes.
Well, appreciate it. Welcome, Frank.
This is fun. This is cool.
Yeah, so we're just gonna BS about some regular stuff today.
Yeah. Fuck. Speaking of regular shit, bro.
Yeah. Let's hear.
I got to talk about this. So I need to know if this happens to anybody else out there or either you two. I had an appointment on Tuesday and it was raining here. And it was raining pretty heavy. Here's another thing I want to know before we get that far. How long has an atmospheric river been a thing
What the fuck?
that you have to deal with in the weather?
Or a bomb cyclone.
Yeah.
So I heard of a bomb cyclone.
I've talked about this before, like with buddies too. Like, I don't get it. I don't know
bomb cyclone.
what's the angle.
Yeah.
What's the angle?
I mean, are we
we're-
smarter now so it's no longer just heavy rain?
But where are the tiers, right? When does it become from a cyclone to a
Sure.
bomb cyclone or
Yeah.
mini bomb, atom bomb, bomby?
I mean, Greta Thunberg. Maybe we just got to ask. Greta Thunberg about
Greta
that.
Thunberg.
She'll know. All right.
So we're
but
dealing with a bomb cyclone.
we were not. We were dealing with an atmospheric river because it was
okay.
pouring.
I feel like I know what that means now that I'm seeing it. Right? It's just it's up in the atmosphere and it's just a river dumping down below in strips.
I'm running with it.
Okay.
I'm running it all the way to the house, bro.
All the way to the house.
That's exactly what it seemed like. So, long story short, I don't know if this has happened to anybody else or if you have these Superman capabilities such as I, but you know, it's possible. I had an appointment at 9 a.m. for a job walk, and it was our second job walk because it was with some tradesmen, and we had to look over the job. And you know, you wake up in the morning and you got this all planned. Well, then, of course, life throws you some sideways shit. I had people calling. I had some emails that I had to get out right then that people needed immediately. So I was a little late getting out the door. Well, the appointment was at 9 a.m. and it was in a city called City of Industry, which normally is about 45 minutes to an hour away from us. but
no traffic.
with no traffic.
Yeah, I guess that's probably.
But because of our atmospheric river, I looked up before I was getting ready to leave, and it said an hour and 25 minutes. So I was already 10 minutes late from my normal time. I wanted to be out of the house at 8, but I was running 10 minutes behind. I look at it as I jump in the car, and I'm like, how in the hell am I going to get there? There's no way. So, you know, of course, being the optimistic gentleman that I am, I immediately call my contact that I'm meeting there, and I say, I'm going to be about 10 minutes late, knowing that it says I'm going to be 40 minutes late. So I get on the pedal. I'm on the freeway. It's raining pretty decent, but here's the route that it forced me to take. So if anybody knows LA freeways, this will be familiar to them. If you don't, this may be just some rigmarole. But I had to go to the 110, to the 91, to the 710, to the 105, to the 605,
Yep.
to the 60,
Yep.
and then to my exit.
Yep.
Well, everything going from south to north was packed. The 710 was packed. The 605 was packed. The 91,
The 5 that cuts through there was
the
probably
5. Oh, I
right
didn't even say that because that's kind of a diagonal
You
cross.
got to get on it. If you're on the 605 at the 105, you're going to be on the 5 for a minute
Yes.
because they do that, right? They transition over.
I don't know, Josh.
You haven't
I
been
don't know. Listen. Yeah, you know. I just rely on you.
Oh, that's right.
Hold on.
about that.
Well, I actually
This way.
Yes, please, please.
Okay, all right, we'll get there next. Yes, I love it. I love it when the plan comes together.
Yeah.
And so I'm watching the freeway. I'm looking at the traffic as I'm going, and I get on the 710 because the freeway says the 710 is open, but the 605 is shut down. Is bumper to bumper red.
Okay.
So I hop on the 710, and sure enough as shit, it is packed. The moment I get on, I'm like, oh God, I'm never gonna
At the
make
91.
this.
Yeah, you're fucking.
Yeah,
an hour from there.
Yes. So I see the 105, and the right lane's kind of moving, so I slide in the right lane. I'm like, screw it. I'm just going to take the next thing. I don't care what I got to do. So I take the 105, and I'm going, and then the traffic stops before I can get to the 605.
Yes.
So I'm like, screw it. I'm getting off on Firestone.
Okay.
I get off.
Yeah.
I take that up. As I'm traveling that up,
Yeah.
I'm taking the streets, and I'm just moving. I don't know what it is at this time.
I think I know what you're
I'm
at.
hitting green lights. There's nobody. The kids aren't out of school for some reason at this
Yeah.
point, or they're already in school. I don't know what the hell it is. And I'm humming. So then my directions are telling me to I think by this time I had somehow passed over the 605. I got on the other side of the 605 from taking the streets. And now it's telling me to get back on the 605. So there's a street, I don't know if it's Lost Diagonal or whatever the hell it is. And there's like 60 cars all backed up to make a left to get on the freeway entrance. And I'm like, oh, that's just terrible. And I'm looking over to the left because the freeway's right there and it's bumper to bumper. This is killing me. What am I going to do? So I pull the right-hand lane to think about going straight, but there's a gap in between the first car and the second car that I can see the freeway. The first 3 lanes are bumper to bumper, but I see that car pull.
Yep.
I'm like, it's on, bro.
Okay.
My turns green. The first guy takes off. The next one slips. I cut right in, slide in that spot, get on the freeway. Now I got to get past 3 lanes of traffic. I don't even wait for the center divider to open up. I mean, that triangle when you first get on the freeway,
Yep.
I just cross over that little bad boy, that little pizza slice right there. And it's just an opening straight shot to the carpool lane, bro. And I just zoom right open the carpool lane. And now I'm going, and it's going pretty decent.
Yeah.
So after all of that chaos, I finally get to a decent pace on the 605, get to the 60, and then I'm not far, down the 60 before I can figure the whole thing out.
Yeah.
But long story short, I took an hour and 40-minute drive, and I knocked it down to 60 minutes.
Damn.
Holy moly.
60 minutes.
You didn't drive. You took your atmospheric fucking speedboat.
Exactly. Atmospheric canoe. Something.
That's crazy.
That is insane.
Have you ever shaped which is going to lead me into this whole explanation about how this fucking guy never knows where he's going ever. It relies on the map and never pays attention to what freeway goes.
I'm glad you're going
But
here.
I guarantee you're a great conversationalist.
I try. I will say one thing though. How cool would it be if, because that was a big difference that you
Yes.
shaved there. How cool would it be if every move you made, you just saw how much time that you shaved?
Like it's
Like that pizza slice, you cut that, like, oh, there's 4 minutes right
Yes.
there.
How dangerous would that be?
And how dangerous would that
That
be?
would be
Exactly.
dangerous because you'd have people
Yeah.
trying to cut that shit all the time for fun. Like my brother, who if he may be listening to this, his thing is he likes to put the map in, and then I can beat that, and I'm like, oh, fuck. Oh boy, there's a bunch of people like him driving around. I need to start driving a tank. I'm gonna get run over.
But he doesn't succeed.
Probably.
What's
Knowing
success?
him- what defines success? Yeah, knowing him. For sure.
Premiums through the roof.
Yeah,
Right? Right?
yeah, he definitely. I could probably guarantee he pulls it off most of the time. That's his thing.
Yeah.
He's successful in those kind of rights. I mean, have you fucking shaved time? You use the map for like everywhere that you go.
Yeah, I have, but I mean, not numbers like that.
And how?
Yeah,
I mean-
it was pretty crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy.
And not when it's like packed like that. Like, okay, I got to get somewhere. It's not crazy congested. So I'll just, bump it up 15, 20 miles an hour.
Yeah,
But not necessarily bobbing and weaving.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it wasn't really bobbing and weaving like I have the transponder on my car, so I slid over into the
To the
carpool
fast
lane.
track. Oh wait, you're in the fast track or you're in carpool lane? Because
Well, I was in the fast track because it's illegal to do it in the carpool lane. But
I didn't know there was a fast track on the 110, 91, 105, 710, 605, or the 60 in any of that section. I had no fucking clue. You must have been on all
110.
But there are a lot of carpool lanes there. There's a lot of motherfucking carpool lanes in those freeways.
Yes. And it's really pouring cats and dogs. Nobody's looking at my
Nobody's
car.
looking.
And cops don't want to pull you over when it's raining like that.
No, they're busy.
Yeah. They
Sitting
got
on the side of the road.
accidents to worry about.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So, but I wasn't really, getting crazy as far as weaving in and out. I was just getting lucky that when I found a spot either left or right of the freeway, it was moving to get me to my next cause.
See, but I have some insight. I've ridden with this fucking guy plenty of times, and you've ridden with me plenty of times. You know how I drive.
Yes.
Yeah, right. So this guy's the dipper. This fool dips on everyone.
I do.
Last second, slide in, do his thing, mobbing down the street, hauling ass, dips in last. I don't drive like that, but
No.
that's how
You know
your
that
norm.
that's on the Caltrans website. So you know how you're going to change freeways. Let's just use the 91 as an example. You're coming home from the 91. You got to slide over into the right-hand lane to take the 110 north or south to get to the 405 if you're coming towards us. So everybody, those two lanes will be backed up almost all the way to Compton Boulevard.
Yeah.
On the 91 right there. Why am I going to wait back there at Compton Boulevard for 20 minutes to get to that freeway exchange? Now, there's cut lines, the last 300 yards, or 200 yards before you can no longer, it's a solid line. The Caltrans driving directions says that that's intended for you to do just what I do. That's the flow of traffic, to keep the flow of traffic moving.
Wait,
What?
Okay.
Yeah, let's
break
So
this
there's
down a
two
little
options.
slower.
Everybody can continue to stay in those two lanes and just have the lane continue to pile up.
Let's wait.
Or people can use 4 lanes and people start to converge together. And as you're converging, now you have 2 lanes here and 2 lanes here, and they're all converging, and it makes the flow of traffic work better to get to those 2 exits. And that's exactly why those dotted yellow lines are there for you to do that. Now, of course, they're also there to tell you that you're getting close to the end of the ability to cut over, so you better do it quick.
The dotted line, yes. The dotted line instead of the between lanes,
Got
the
it.
white strips are long. And then when it's becoming an exit-only lane, they become short and repetitive. Correct. Shorter instances. I'm well aware of that. I was confused. Yeah, you can
I got
stay
you
in
now.
as long as you want to dip over. It's all good.
Yeah.
Not everybody fucking loves that shit.
You're a slice and dicer, though. It depends on the vehicle.
Depends on the vehicle.
The Civic, come on.
Oh yeah, when I used to drive the Honda, that I only knew how to pizza slice. That was it. Just slice everything all the time. And then, but now in the car I have now, it's a little too fast. Gets going too quick, and
And no
dice
matter
as much.
what stop you're at, you can bet money that there's somebody on their phone that's not paying attention and going to leave
Oh, like
a
for
3-car gap between they make that
sure.
the
Okay.
time they wake up and make that turn.
I got a fucking story for you. And Vinny knows, Frank knows that I've been working on my road rage, right? And we talked about it here. I don't know if it's been an episode that we released.
I think it was in the first episode.
So we talked about I was working on my road rage, and I've been doing really good. And I was on the phone with you yesterday. I said the F word to somebody, but I told you it didn't count. This motherfucker was crossing the street, and I stopped traffic for him, and everybody else were going by, and then it stops, and then he just starts walking. He doesn't even look at me and say, "What's up? Thank you, nothing." So I honk, and I just give him the shaka. He just fucking looks at me, and I'm like, "Fuck you."
Yep.
But
Yes, he
the
will.
windows are up. So that one didn't count. But I have a different story. But does that count or no?
Okay, yeah, I'll give that one to you because there's so much other stuff. So, Bo, and your listeners here, just to put it into context, I talk to this man almost every single day. Okay, there is, let's say 5 days a week, not a full 7, but 5 days a week. I would say there is maybe in 2 hands, total years, 2 hands where there hasn't been an incident while on the phone.
Yeah, and
At
incidents, they're so abnormal.
There's always something.
Yeah.
Every single.
But can we blame it on like the drive? I don't know. Is it the street? Is it me?
You know what? I don't know, but I'll tell you. Driving over here.
Okay.
Driving over here to your point. Driving over here, someone sliced and diced right in front of me, and the first thing I thought was, this is Josh's life every day.
Every day. And I just cruise home. So I want to talk about, the dotted line and the merging on, whatever. So I was on my way up to Palm Springs, and I'm at, we're banning. No, it's not quite banning. It's like right before Redlands, like right before the Badlands little canyon up on the 60, right after Moreno Valley.
Yep.
The very last exit. There's some fast food restaurants before you get into the canyon.
Yep.
You know, kind of down into Belmont, Banning, right?
Yep.
So I get off, I get some Del Taco. I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna have some Del Taco. I pull back in, I got my tacos, I got a burrito, whatever I got, and I get on, and it's actually like back to back, or locked up. I said back to back, but it's locked up, right?
Butts to nuts.
Butts to nuts. So I go to on the on ramp, and I'm just rolling, and I look left, and I'm about to get in, and I'm like, oh fuck it, like I can go up further. Like what the fuck's the difference? And I pull up, and as I pass, this like Mercedes car, AMG Mercedes honks, and I'm like,
Now, were you in the semi lane?
no, I was in the on ramp, dude. I'm in the
Good
fucking,
question.
I'm in
Good
the
question,
okay,
Bo.
so maybe I didn't make this clear. I'm on the on ramp to the freeway.
Okay.
So it's it's a few hundred yards.
Sure.
So I'm cruising, and I hear a honk, and I'm like, I'm not even thinking that they're honking at me. I'm just getting on. Like, you're mad at me because I'm on the on ramp, getting on, and I passed you.
Following the rules.
Because I don't have to merge yet. So I go up, and I end up like 2 cars ahead of them or something. And I might butcher the story because I don't remember all the details.
Okay. What car are you in?
I'm in my Audi. I'm in the Audi.
Case in point.
All right.
Case in point, complete.
Damn, he's in a Mercedes AMG. Like, that's not a cheap car.
Then completely stock Audi.
Yes, the Q3.
Right.
So I pull up, and I pull in, and I hear the honk, and I'm eating. I'm just eating, and I'm on like auto drive mode. I'm barely touching the wheel. I'm eating my tacos, and he ends up behind me. And I think I could see him in my rearview, like making faces or some shit. And I'm like, what the fuck? And so we get up to the final ramp that takes you to like Hemet. Actually, it takes you to the Scientology cult complex.
Yeah.
That exit, I forget the name of it.
That's where the casino is.
Yeah. Boba Fett, what? Barona.
Barona.
No, it's not Barona.
No.
Come on, what is it?
We used to do fights out there. I can't remember the name of it.
Fucking whatever. So anyway,
King of the Cage.
he pulls over and he fucking honks and he flips me off. And I'm like, what the fuck? So I jump out of my lane and I ride his ass up onto the fucking exit. And he like continues to get off the exit. And I get up right next to him on the emergency lane. I roll the fucking window down. And obviously I'm running my mouth. I'm saying some words that I probably shouldn't say.
Remember, so this is a guy who can't fight.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. This is a guy who's well aware that I'll probably get my ass kicked if this guy gets out of the car. But I'm running my mouth, and he's like driving away and flipping me off. I'm like, you're a bitch. Like, you're going to wait till you drive away to fucking run your mouth to me because I got on the freeway in front of you? What the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah. He was having a bad day.
It's not me. It's not me.
It follows you. It follows you. It does follow.
It's on me.
He did force you to get out of your lane to go chasing.
He did.
He
had no
did.
choice.
Yeah.
No choice. There was probably some other thing I forgot happened, but
And it's not you every single day.
yeah. Well, what I was actually, now that I remember, what I was getting at was, I'm merging late, right? Which people don't always like.
Right.
Which in you, dipper, dip.
Yeah, I'm a dipper.
I'm a dipper. Let's just do.
I like my chips dipped.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. You cut your fucking drive in half.
Yeah.
That's bitching. That's bitching.
And you almost beat somebody up on the side of the freeway.
I don't think it was that much close to that. I definitely don't think it was anywhere near that. It's probably close to me getting my ass kicked on the freeway. And I've expressed to him numerous times, I'm like, I'm just going to get beat up or shot one day. Like, I just need to stop. Just shut the fuck up. Drive your car, But
Yeah, I would say the times that I probably piss other drivers off is when I'm like, oh wait, I got to turn here. And sometimes I just got to aggressively make a move.
yeah.
As you should.
And
you should.
because maybe I didn't look at, to your point, Josh, I looked at the navigation to say, oh, I actually need to turn here.
Oh, this is my turn to go home. And this guy doesn't even know where he's going.
That's an exaggeration, maybe.
Maybe not. Maybe not. Yeah.
Yeah, I rely on Josh for where we're going.
Yeah. When we
I
go
do.
places.
When we go
But
places.
also, the maps will fuck you up too.
I didn't do it.
They'll come up. You're traveling faster than the map is catching up.
Yes, and also I haven't had that great of luck with Apple Maps.
I was gonna say, here you go. He's gonna shut on Apple Maps. Go.
No, it's true.
I'm just saying.
I disagree with
haven't
both of
had
you.
great
Same
luck
thing.
there.
I disagree.
No, I mean not anything that you hear where it's taking you to the edge of a cliff or anything, but like it's just it has you go like a figure eight to keep going straight.
It sure does,
those
bro.
kinds of things.
You know what? I don't like those when I got somebody who's coming to meet me, like to do some work here, and they're like late, and I go, "What's up?" And I have to call because they're like an hour late. Oh, Apple Maps took me to the other side of the freeway, which is 5 minutes from here. I don't want to fucking hear it, dude.
But he said Apple
Maps,
Maps.
motherfucker.
Maybe he's not lying.
Because he's lying.
It's a trigger phrase.
It's fucking. It's a crutch, is what it is for everyone. It's a
No, but literally, I was in Riverside one day and I was going from one job site to another. And Apple Maps literally took me through a neighborhood, through an industrial park, all through these little side streets. Once I got there, I looked on the maps. I could have easily taken 2 freeways and exited 1 block away from the location I was going to.
There it is.
It's never happened.
Straight up.
It has yet to happen to me that it's taken me the wrong spot or some weird ass way.
Yeah,
There must be a toggle something we're missing.
I know.
Yeah, maybe.
But like it's burned my wife before. Like
So you're a Google Maps, so you should try to sell me.
I'm a
on
Google Maps guy.
Me too.
Yeah, it was I kind of got sold on Google Maps because I was going to meet him, and so we're now mutual friends out in Johnson Valley to go to the desert one time, and I had before I had bought my RV, I had rented one, and he's trying to tell me how to turn. It's a road here. I've never been there, and I'm like trying to use the maps, and it has me turn down this like dirt fucking trail on an RV with a trailer with a car and bikes on it, and I got my kids left and right. I got 2 trucks behind me, not even potholes, dude. They're like whoops and like holes, and to this dirt.
Yeah,
It was
yeah,
like off in the desert. And so from that point forward, I was like, maybe I'll use Google Maps when I go to the desert. But around town, I use Apple Maps still.
Well, I went on a riding trip. This is last year. I took the kids to, the plan was to go to Gorman, Hungry Valley right there. And they were closed still because of the fires that happened
last year, yeah.
And so I didn't know that. So I'm like, okay, well, we're going to go to off the 15 and Hodge Road. So I'm like, okay, put it in my trusty Google Maps. Sure. It gave me a real direct route to go. It put me at the entrance. I don't even know where I was. It put me at the entrance of Edwards Air Force Base.
Oh.
And I took a direct shot there, and I ended up on the other side of Hodge Road, like where it literally begins.
Yeah.
And then got to the freeway there.
That's crazy.
It was insane. It was 40 miles of washboard dirt road, and I have a trailer with bikes and everything on it. I'm literally going 15 miles an hour for 40 for third. It was about 35 miles.
But you probably would have taken the same time had you gone around the freeway, right?
According to Google, yes. According to Google.
Oh, maps.
This is recently?
This was last season, so
Earlier this year, actually, maybe.
actually it was
Gorman was closed earlier this year. It wasn't.
it was actually
right?
it was like a yeah, exactly, in that time frame.
And you just went out there for the day, huh?
Yeah, we're just gonna go for the day. Yep, and you know, we woke up on time. We were on schedule,
Yeah.
and we ended up where we're actually gonna ride about 6 hours late.
Oh my God.
It was.
Should use Apple Maps, bro.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, maybe that would have helped me. Maybe I would have ended up in an airplane hangar. Or was there airspace?
Yeah, Edwards Air Force Base.
Edward's orifice.
Yeah, Edwards Orifice. Or that would have been fun. The boys might have been like, "This is weird." I'm telling mom. Mom's not gonna be happy, or maybe she will be. I don't know. Yeah. Speaking of Charlie Sheen, you heard today.
Yeah. I heard that Charlie Sheen's got a young boyfriend.
I'm shocked by this.
I don't know. I guess at some point in your life you decide to switch teams.
So all is to me, and not to take anything away from Corey Feldman. Is that his name? Corey Feldman. And Corey Haim, and they made these claims that Charlie Sheen had raped them as teenagers on sets or something like that, or behind closed door. I don't know. Whatever. I don't want to take away from that, but all Charlie Sheen did was like literally solidify this by saying that now he's with a man. You also
Okay,
said,
wait a minute.
I'm jumping
Wait a minute.
straight to the conclusion.
You can't just go from
Yes.
I'm gay to I'm a rapist.
No, but what it does tell you is like
You
his
sure
life.
this is political?
No politics today. I'm saying I'm jumping to it because if this guy's denying that he's raping boys when they're young and claiming that he's not gay and all this other stuff, but now he's also in the documentary, I think one of you guys said that he had acknowledged that he had had boyfriends during these little drug binges and
Right.
whatnot, right? And now he's got a boyfriend. Like, he's probably been interested in this for a very long time, which would, for me, circumstantially lead me to believe that even more so that this stuff is true.
Okay.
You don't see they can't make that connection?
I can see how you could make the connection. And it you know, it's one of those things, how do you deny somebody's this is gonna really
Oh, yeah.
let's do it. So,
Yes.
you gotta believe somebody's own truth. You can't, you can't blame the victim of the crime. I understand all of those things. And I have met Charlie, but we only spent an evening, and it was short conversations in that evening anyway. But
What year?
this was just 3 years ago.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow. What?
After he was sober, we had a mutual friend that trained at my buddy's gym that I was actually, it was probably like, this was just before COVID, so it was a little over 5 years.
Okay.
And he was doing a celebrity boxing match at the Beverly Hills Hotel, and so he came. It was a big fundraiser for somebody or something, and so we trained him for like 4 months to do this, and he had never boxed in his life. And they put him up against another guy that was in the film industry that had been training for a couple years, so it was a little lopsided. But he gave it his best, and then so we met Charlie because they were good friends.
And he was sober at this point.
He was sober at this point.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I
Yeah,
can't
it was-
remember when.
7 years, I think he's been
It's been
sober.
7.
Yeah.
I think that's
And of course, I had to ask, bro, what was it like being with all those?
Yeah. Yeah.
You just said you had a lot of fun.
Yeah, you did. Being married to Denise Richards. I mean, she
Yeah,
was.
all of the above.
Yeah, dude. That's a
Oh
shit
my
show.
God.
God damn. The daughter's on OnlyFans. Denise is on OnlyFans. Charlie's
Denise is on
boyfriend. Yeah. Denise is on OnlyFans.
What?
Charlie's got a young boyfriend, probably on OnlyFans. Met on OnlyFans. What are we doing wrong? Shit.
Yeah.
Man.
We're not on OnlyFans.
Yeah. Yeah. Need to get on OnlyFans.
We'll be on there next week, though.
I'm gonna start a foot finder.
The foot.
Yes, that's been his thing. He wants to do the foot finder.
Yeah. Well, not for me. I don't want to ruin it, but yeah, I want to manage someone's account. I think I might do it. I keep saying that. I've been putting it off.
Toes before bros.
That's good. Well, I have a little bone to pick with you, Josh.
Oh yes.
You know, first of all, this podcast is phenomenal. This is great stuff.
Thank you.
This is great stuff. I love it. But you know, I was listening to an episode, one of the early ones, and you were talking about your I would call it a tank of death. Okay, your aquarium, if you will.
Oh,
Okay,
aquarium story.
I'm thinking semi-truck tank.
I know. Do you mean like scuba diving tank? I'm like, where are we going?
No. So, you know, you were talking about your journey through that.
Yeah. Do you remember if did we release that one? Is that one on the first?
I
or
don't
is that-
believe
We
I
haven't
released-
released that one. You must have sent that to him. Yeah, we haven't.
Yeah.
released
That's
that
one that I sent you.
It would, yes,
So I'll summarize real quick. So there's some
Please.
context
please.
for those of you that don't know, and we haven't put that episode out.
Oh,
I had a range of tanks. I started with a small tank that had jellyfish, which was cool. Then I had another small tank with a blue ring octopus, and then I got a 150-gallon tank, saltwater tank that had tons of stuff in it. And then now I have a small 25-gallon tank in my office with some saltwater tank with things inside. So
yeah.
we'll talk maybe some other time. But
That was beautiful summarization, actually. And my point, and maybe this will, I don't know if this will get released or whatever, but I think my point though is, those fish went there to die. They went there to die.
Don't blame the tank technician.
And yeah, that guy, I don't know, but
that guy's a miracle worker.
But and you can hear it in the context that you beautifully gave just now, but he still mentions just the blue ring octopus, and really, there was 3.
You're probably right.
There was 3.
I don't think it was 4 blue rings. I ended up with 1 regular octopus at the end. But you're right. There was 3 blue rings that went through.
And the power outage, and golly, there was so much there.
Yeah.
There was so much there.
Yeah, and then the jellyfish ones are cool. I thought jellyfish was cool. I'm like, whose place do you go to and they have a jellyfish in the toilet? Like, nobody's got that, right? So yeah, but those were dying like every other day. Their struggle to keep alive.
Yeah. Anyways,
So you're upset that I didn't say I had 3 blue rings. I just this blue ring, and that's what I did, and like that I killed a whole bunch.
We're now.
Or the power went out, and then he gets like $2,000 worth of battery backups.
Yeah, that's about
for this thing. That's right. Come on, man.
Okay, so yeah, because this
Here it comes, listeners.
glad you're here.
Here it comes.
He's right. I had that 150-gallon tank, and you know, if the flow of the water's not moving, the corals will die, because they need movement and they need light. They eat light. That's how you don't need to feed them unless you really want to, but they grow on light, and they need the ocean to be moving. So the tank has to be moving even just a tiny bit. Well, when the power dies, like everything shuts off, the light shuts off, the pump, everything's dead. So the corals and things can live for a while, you know, a matter of hours. Maybe it's 12, maybe it's 3. I can't remember, but we've had power, you know, go out here a time or two. And so I would have like generators running outside with extension cords because, dude,
For your fish tank or for your business?
It's just the fish.
Yeah.
Let the servers go. Forget about the surfers.
forget the laser.
Yeah.
We don't need to produce anything today, but the fish need to live.
Yep.
You know that they make battery backups.
Well, that's okay. So I bought battery backups, but they don't keep a pump going. There's a lot of wattage required for these
It
pumps.
depends on the battery backup, but you could easily get one for $400 or $500.
I did. I bought the UPSs and the whatnot.
1,500.
Yeah, 2,500, whatever. I bought them, dude.
He got some.
I know.
He had
And
some
it still didn't.
No, dude, these things, you have to run some power to these things. And it's not gonna, if the power's off for 12 hours, like Edison says, your little
Yeah.
UPS is not covering that, dude.
Okay.
So I had like generators running outside with extension cords and yeah, because anyway, like I said, if the coral dies, then it poisons the whole tank. And so then all my fish are dead, all the coral's dead, and this 150 gallon, saltwater, beautiful saltwater tank is now just cloudy water.
Okay, so how many times do you think that all of the fish died in the tank?
Wait, I want you to rephrase the question. Like all the fish died in line, like one and then another, or then all of them died at once?
You see how we have to get into details here?
What's the question?
Because there's a lot of different ways that it has happened. So which way are we talking about?
Vinny or something?
Yeah, the final was then the big tank, the fish are weird. All right, so sometimes you put a fish in and it has an anxiety attack and it dies. Yeah, I said it. It has an anxiety attack and it'll die. You can put it in, it'll swim high behind rocks, and you come in the next day and it's just dead already. Like it didn't
And
do
aren't you
well.
supposed to always put them in like in a bag first and let them get acclimated for a few hours?
To the temp.
Okay.
Because the bag that they're in is usually going to be a little different. You can't just go from whatever that is that they've gotten used to into this like much colder or much warmer tank, because these tropical fish are sensitive. The corals are even more sensitive. They'll die if the temps go up like 3 or 4 or 5 degrees
Kind of
rapidly.
like our ocean.
Yeah, exactly. Like the fake ass global warming.
That's another thing I read this week.
Jesus.
More reefs are dying. More coral reefs are dying.
They're bleaching. Yeah, that's real. That's actually happening. But anyway, it's enough about the fucking fish.
Sorry, I
Fucking fish.
had to clarify.
The last it died because the technician guy. Honestly, I'm gonna blame him. He changed.
That's fair, though.
I think it's fair.
That's fair.
I mean, I feel bad, Adam of 7 Seas. You're a great technician. You did a great job. But you made a mistake and the whole thing died. And so I was like, drain this fucking thing, dude. Drain the swamp, buddy.
Yeah, I don't want
We're
to
done.
take it away.
I take it away. I'm not.
I quit.
It was so much money to keep it rolling. So now this little one's much more manageable. And I love
have fish in it.
Yeah, it's got 2 little clownfish in it. 2 little designer
like you were just doing coral or something.
No, it's mostly, there was only a few pieces of coral in there, and it's these 2 little clownfish that are mated up together. Designer clowns are black and white. They're cool. But I've been putting some more little small corals in there recently. Did you look at it today?
I
when you were
did.
there?
It looked alive. It looked alive. It was good. It was vibrant.
Yes, it was. Yeah. So yeah, my
Vibrant
fish
tanks.
My fish tanks. But we've talked about the telepathy tapes a few times off the air, and remote viewing, which it also is called. Frank, you're used to remote viewing. Let's talk about it, dude.
Yeah.
And tell me.
The telepathy tapes came out originally a little over a year ago. And for those of you that don't know anything about the telepathy tapes, it's a series of a documentary filmmaker that has released podcast or audio versions. And then I just found out on my way over here that there are video archives of this that if you donate to the director, that she'll send you. And my son had done that. So later on, I'm going to have him send me over the link so I can look at the video footage of it.
Yeah.
But so long story short, there's a documentary filmmaker. Her name is Kai, I'll think of it in a minute, but Kai something. And she was going to make a documentary about kids with autism. And she was looking for her next idea in what she was going to make a documentary about. And when she started to do some research, she had come across a doctor who had been doing studies on autistic children that had extrasensory ability to read minds. And she was fascinated. So she started to do some research. She called up the doctor and said, I've been hearing about you and about this, and I'd like to, get some information if I could. Is there anybody that, we could go talk to after she had talked to the doctor? And the doctor said, yeah. So she gave her a phone number to somebody, and it's a Hispanic family, and it was a mother that had her daughter, and they were having phone conversations back and forth in the beginning, and then she went and actually did an interview with
The doctor and the mom are having phone conversations.
no, the documentary filmmaker and the mom, because the doctor had already spoken with the mom. So the doctor had these relationships built with these autistic kids that have this ability through years of doing this research and following this concept of, is it real or is it not real?
So now she's on the phone with the documentary.
So now
director.
the director, the documentary filmmaker is on the phone call with the doctor, and the doctor gives her this family to first reach out to and talk to them.
You got that, Josh. You good? I think so. Okay. I'm pretending that I got it.
That's okay. Yeah, sorry. just relax and let it happen.
Breathe out.
So she goes and she goes down to this family, and they set up these tests. Actually, before she goes down there, she's gathering up all the tools and the materials that she's could think of to put these tests together for this child and to see if this child can read minds.
The documentary maker.
Yes, the documentary filmmaker.
Yeah.
So she goes down and she's got, Uno cards and a random word generator, random image generator, apps that they pull up, and they take TVs off the wall. They block off any windows where you could, see reflection on anything. And they have the mother with her, and the mother is to have it hidden, but see a number, and the child is to write the number down. And
They're just sitting across from each other at a table. They're not in different rooms.
I don't exactly know if she's next to her because of comfortability with the autistic child, or she's across the table with her. And I'll tell you once I see the videos, because this is all audio that you're hearing at this point.
Oh, got it.
Got it. And they do describe in pretty good detail, but I've watched or listened to 5 episodes in 48 hours. So I'm a little overloaded right now with information that I've obtained. And I knew about this a while ago, and I saw her on a documentary, on a podcast with Joe Rogan. So I watched about 30, 40 minutes of her on the Joe Rogan podcast, but I never actually listened to the tapes. I was very intrigued, though, and the reason that I was very intrigued is because my wife and my sister-in-law, my brother and I also own it with them, but our families own a learning center for adults with disabilities. So it could be a broad spectrum of high-functioning autism, nonverbal autism. It could be ambulatory, non-ambulatory, and there could be a variety of reasons how somebody got to this state. It could be a car accident. It could be from birth. It could be, a variety of ways. So it's really intriguing to me.
Yeah. You've been involved with that school since you were...
Since
early 20s?
Mid-20s. Yeah, mid-20s. Yeah. My mother started to work in a learning center as just a teacher, and then she eventually was promoted to running a facility. And then at a certain point, she had a medical issue. She had a massive heart attack, had to take a couple years off to recover. And then when she wanted to come back to work, she wanted to open her own school. So the two of us put money in 50-50, and she opened her first school. But her health was ailing, and she wasn't able to run it and operate it the way she wanted to. So at one point it had got to like 25 students, and then it had started to dwindle down to like 10 or 11 by the time she passed. So my wife, myself, and my sister-in-law took over the business. And in the next 5 years, we had turned the school around, completely remodeled it, painted it, took over another building that was next to us, and grew the school. I think they have like 60 some odd students now today.
Nice.
And so my sister-in-law and my wife run that school.
You want to plug the school for anybody listening? Maybe that's
it's Our House Theatrical Living and Learning Center. It's in Los Angeles here in Carson, and they have a catchment area of 3 different districts that they can pull from. And so they've got a variety of students, and it's a great facility. They've turned it around. I mean, there's murals everywhere. It's vibrant. The students have I think a 3-to-1 or 4-to-1 ratio with teacher to student. And you have a variety of types of autism there, or disabilities.
Down
So-
syndrome, just
Yeah,
a wide
yes,
array.
yes.
Mostly functioning,
No,
not all the way down to the whole range.
no, it could be non-ambulatory. Yes,
Ambulatory.
So ambulatory is walking or not walking,
okay.
and it could be where they have no function of limbs, no motor skills.
Yeah.
But I talk to these folks, and I know they're in there.
Yeah.
Because like, if you don't know any better, you talk to them like a little kid.
Yep.
Right.
But once you start to create a relationship with these folks, you know that there's somebody in there, and now you can speak like a normal conversation, and you can get little giggles or sounds out of them that they acknowledge what's going on.
Or advancement. I mean, I used to work.
Advancement, 1,000. The
Yeah.
goal is always to advance.
Right.
And for some folks, it's just learning to feed yourself.
Yeah.
For other folks, it's learning to clean up your room and do the things that you need to do.
I used to take care of kids in a special needs program for Ed Torrance called STAR program. And I
Yep.
used to take care of a range kids from guys in wheelchairs, can't talk, just kind of make faces and groan, or kids with autism that could totally function and run their mouth to you.
Yes.
To kids like, advancement would be, don't throw your orange juice at lunchtime today, please.
Yes.
And interactions. I mean, what you said, I don't want to cut you off, but like the biggest thing about with handicapped kids is, or anybody in the special needs genre of life, is that you just treat them like normal. They want to be treated like normal. They inside, like you said, a lot of them can't understand you just like we're talking now. Just because they have these needs or these things doesn't mean that they can't understand what you're saying.
Yes.
Sometimes their brain limits them, but for the most part, talk to them normally. If you are nervous around them, they see that, they pick up on that. Don't be normal. That's what they want from you, to be treated like the person next to you. So
1,000%.
Yeah.
I encourage everybody, if you see anybody with disabilities in the street, take 2 seconds out of your day and speak with them.
yeah, say hello.
Acknowledge
everything.
them. People want to be acknowledged no matter where you're at in this planet.
Yeah,
Acknowledge them. Have a conversation. You never know. You might find a new friend.
yeah.
And so this documentary was really kind of, ringing home to me and pulling on my heart a little bit. So I just decided the other day, I don't know, well, there's a few factors that have come along the way, but I really wanted to, it came up on my feed and I said, forget it, I'm just going to click it. So I clicked it, and I've been just, absorbing as much of it as I can. And now my wife and I are talking about things at her school that, that her and my sister-in-law might, try to start doing with these folks. But that's here and there. So back to the documentary. She goes down, and with 100% accuracy, this girl is reading her mom's mind off of words, letters, images.
Wow.
It doesn't matter what they throw at her.
Yeah.
She's got them all. And the doctor is with them, I believe, in this first one. And they go through all these tests, and the film crew is like, I cannot believe what I just saw. She brought another, a Spanish-speaking, not a cartoonist, animator that she knew from production. And she had asked her to come down with her because she spoke Spanish and English, so she would be her translator. And that lady was blown away. And so now you have this incident where you have somebody who was nonverbal before, and the key to this is teaching these folks to spell and then to create words. So as an example, say you go through life to 17 years old, and your family doesn't know that you have the ability to learn like this. You have very little movement or ability to move your hand, and parents coddle kids, and you especially could see coddling your kids if your kids had special needs.
Parents are in denial about their kids.
Well,
in addition to what you don't want to believe all the time.
Extremes, whether they're too coddling or they're or the other way.
Blind eye, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly. 1,000%.
Yep.
So there's a technique that they use in the beginning. So they'll have like we're going to call it a letterboard. And in the beginning, you have to get the brain to acknowledge the motor skill from the hand to the brain. You have to help guide them. So literally touching them, picking up the hand and going A and poking it to the A. And you work with them. Well, then it works out. And I don't know this in all cases, but in the cases that they were documenting, you could go from holding the hand to holding the wrist, to holding the elbow, to holding the shoulder, and to at one point just touching them with the finger. That gives the body and the brain the connection that it needs to make the ability to move from the person's brain to the letterboard to spell out what they want.
Less and less focused of where the point of touch is.
Yes.
Torn's more like a reminder.
Yes.
Yeah.
And to
Okay.
eventually, in some of these cases, not having to anymore, and now they're able to type on their own. And you're talking parents that did not know that their child could even read or write, let alone pick up their finger and go to any of these things, right? So this is a process that seems to be consistent in a lot of these folks. So she goes there and they come out and the doctor goes, the psychologist goes, now, you know, everything that you just saw today would never make it in a scientific review. It would be all thrown out the window because the constraints weren't this, it wasn't that. And they were like, what do you mean?
Like it's not controlled enough or something?
Yes, it's not controlled
It's
enough.
not structured.
It's not structured. It's not, you know,
controlled.
Control group.
scientists there. Yes.
You know, all that. Yeah.
Yeah. And the issue is that for the most part, these folks need to be in their own environment. So
Yeah,
whether it's an
sure.
environment at their home, it's an environment at their school, it's got to be something that they're familiar with.
Their own version of controlled environment.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because like,
Or else you're not getting a true result.
well, I don't know if you guys know this, but in the autistic community, change is hard to absorb sometimes. They really appreciate structure and regularness and the same people,
Yes.
and they can thrive. And through my experience, it takes time to cultivate an individual to be accustomed to using or to be out in the world, whether it's at the mall or whether it's, you know, at a park or in an event.
Right.
It takes them to get used to being able to do that. Some can't handle it and they'll have an episode. You need to get them out of that situation and take them back to a comfortable situation. And so, you know, taking these folks to a lab somewhere is a no-go situation.
Yeah, you're not getting true results.
Yeah,
Right.
well, you're not. Yeah, you're correct. You're not going to get the comfortability to perform the true results.
Right.
And so now I'm at episode 6, and through the course of this, they went from one person, the young girl from Mexico, to a young boy or I don't think he was a young boy. I think he was a young man when his mother started to discover this, like 21 or 22 years old. And so it was something simple. It starts out something simple like I would go get candies and I would hide them from my son because I would give them to him when he, you know, did something good or as a treat occasionally. But if I put him in a same place, he would go steal them all and eat the whole box of candies. So she was thinking about hiding the
Not
candies.
limited to autistic children, by the way.
Exactly.
My show is shoot. Oh my God.
And so she comes home and she's thinking about one of the locations where she hid the candy, and her son comes running down the stairs and goes right to where the candy was
Immediately.
immediately.
Really?
And she's like, I was just thinking that. You know, that's crazy that it's the coincidence. You know, well, that's a crazy coincidence.
Yeah.
And then another thing would pop up like that. And then so it became like there's something here. So then these parents start reaching out, they start, you know, doing some research, and they find somebody else that's got this experience. Well, then now through the course of this doctor going to these different people, it's starting to come to light that there's something here. There's some kind of science that we're not aware of at this moment, and that the normal scientific community has dismissed since the 1800s, because that's really when, you know, a lot of this starts. Medical advancements really start to take hold and start to, you know, quantify. And so now, as the course of listening to these tapes, you're starting to really get convinced that these folks can read your mind. And for one of the guys in Atlanta, it wasn't just reading his mother's mind, because in a lot of cases, it's the people that are closest to them,
Yeah.
that have built a bond that can get this communication. Well, this one boy, he has an older brother, and his older brother would bring his friends over, and his brother could read his friend's mind and do, games, think of a number.
Oh my God.
Write a number down. Here's a number. And his brother would be across the room and point to that number. Here's the word. His brother would spell out the word. And so this particular boy is able to read other people's minds.
Wow.
And through the course of this, you get to hear them talk about, well, how did you know that? Because in some instances, they already know things. They already know how to read. They just couldn't get their finger to the board to spell something. Well, how did you learn how to read without anybody teaching you how to read, or you verbalizing or indicating that you could understand that and get to that point?
Without the practice of being wrong.
Or the standard expression of how you would spell something. Like,
1,000%.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
the teaching
So
where
now this kid says, John taught me. John taught you? What, you got a little invisible friend that's teaching you? No, John that lives in so-and-so. What do you mean, John that lives in so-and-so?
like down the street.
Like in another city.
What?
So
Like-
the mom Googles so-and-so in another city,
what?
contacts the parents, and the parents say, John's been talking about Bob.
Are you
I
serious?
swear to God, bro. I swear to God.
Are they both on spectrum, or are they?
They're all on the spectrum.
And they're interacting
They're interacting.
in the atmospheric river.
In the river. It's not the bomb, it's the river, because it's a channel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a very good. That's a very good analogy of it, but they do have a phrase for it. They call it the hill.
The what?
The hill?
The hill.
That one of the boys has coined it as that, and that's kind of got, traction at this point as the place that they all meet, and it's called the hill. And it's not just somebody in a zip code, 2 zip codes over. We're talking states dividing the distance between these, and in some instances, countries on the other side of the world
Yeah.
having this communication, having information that this person has on the other side of the world, and vice versa. So right now, I'm just on the episode that I'm on, they're starting to talk to the teachers or caregivers or doctors that have worked with these kids, over an extended period of time. And now they're starting to bring their experiences, like how they first thought that their student could read their mind.
Yeah, it's interesting too. I wonder if in that example you gave where John, right, over there in another zip code or what have you, I wonder if he learned to read because John's reading something and in his head he's saying the words in his head and he can see it from like his eyes or something. I don't know. That's interesting.
Yeah, I mean,
Ask 'em.
when you're teaching kids how to talk, you correct them when they're incorrect. Well, this kid, no one's correcting John and Bob because they don't know that he's reading.
Correct.
They don't know that he's speaking
To anybody.
to anybody, and
Or learning anything.
yeah, that is insane. And so it's becoming more prevalent now because there's more coverage, and so there's all these other handlers and stuff. We're starting to say like, oh, this is weird because I have these weird moments with my client or my kid or whatever, where they're already doing something that I'm about to ask them to do,
1,000%.
or whatever it is.
More and more of these are coming to light. And getting to the episode, the second, third, and fourth episodes go from the one instance to another individual to now 2 individuals. Okay. One I think is called Austin and the other one is called, I can't think of the second one's name, but the second one is like this big kid, 6'10", 300 pounds, verbalizes in sounds, and like can't control his body. So like as an example, the documentarian came in with the mom into the house, and the 6'10", 300-pound kid comes down butt naked and is like, screaming and yelling. And she's like, and the mom laughs and goes, Austin, go put some clothes on. Kai is here to talk with you. So he goes up, puts some clothes on, comes down. And you have to imagine, so like some clients can only make sounds or grunts, and that's the extent of their verbalization. But they can use the letterboard or a word board. Some can use iPads. And the one kid, Austin, I can't remember the other big kid. It'll come to me in a second. But anyway, so we're going to call Austin and the big kid. Austin, mom hooks up with the big kid's mom, and they get them together. And in getting them together, the two of them are having conversations in the hill outside of what their parents are asking them and on the letterboards, because Austin teaches the big kid, or I don't know if he teaches him or he helps him in the process of learning how to use a letterboard.
Right there?
No, not like right at one moment, but over the course of time of them continuing to have, like play dates or whatever you want to call it.
Wow.
And then the big kid, Austin, has a girlfriend that, through their school, that they've been, schoolmates for years growing up together. And they've had a relationship for like 10 years that nobody knew about, and they were communicating on the hill. And then now that he can letterboard, he'll say, so-and-so is my best friend, and it's a girl. And then she'll say, so-and-so is my best friend because now they've taught her how to do that.
And they're never
And they've never.
No, they're in the same school together.
Oh, okay.
They're in the same school together, but their extent of like contact would be coming, like she's upstairs and he's downstairs, and they pass each other in the hallway and give each other a high five on the way. But they're talking the whole time without being with each other, without verbalizing. And then they like are in a relationship, they claim, and that they love each other, and their dream is to be married. And
Wow.
yes,
I feel like it's a state of consciousness that has to be reached, and it's almost, I wonder if it's semi-limited to the ones that are like really, really deep into whatever the autism spectrum is, like the mostly nonverbal are the ones that really cannot be left alone, so to speak. They might be functioning, but I wouldn't call them necessarily.
well, they call it
functioning.
synesthesia.
Synesthesia.
Synesthesia?
It's where so like you go to look at a number and you see colors, so your senses kind of combine. So when you lack one sense, your other senses are heightened.
Heightened, yeah.
Yes, if you're blind or deaf, your other senses heighten. It's kind of like that situation. And so they're like, I mean, this is just their description to me, their explanation of it. But the one mom, Austin's mom, she had to teach him to use the letterboard. And when he first, I don't know if it was him or the big kid, but when they first started to learn, they said, I'm in here, was the first two sentences or the first two words they put together.
I'm really.
I think it's 3 words. Mom, I'm in here.
Mom, I'm in here.
I'm conscious.
I'm here. Yeah. I'm here.
Yes.
Wow.
And then
Amazing.
she teaches him to, to do the letterboards. And then they're asking him like, what is it that you think, can anybody do this? And he goes, I don't think anybody can do it. But if you have a loving heart, you can. And that God wouldn't give somebody this ability if they didn't have a loving heart.
Wow. That was his statement.
That was his statement.
That's what he feels about it.
Yeah.
Really?
This goes beyond
Interesting.
what you and I talk about synchronicity all the time,
Yes.
and we've talked.
But that could
for
be
a
a
minute.
form of it.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Yes,
right?
absolutely.
So I think I think everybody's capable. We've talked a few different times about the conscious of mind and and synchronicity things, and how like deja vu is just your brain thinking that you've already seen this before and whatnot. Okay, I'm hip to believing that. I have plenty of experience of synchronicity, and the only time that it's consistent and really solid, and I'm sure that I've made this weird connection, is when like my life has slowed down and I'm able to really focus in on the things that are happening and not just things that are rushing by me and I'm always rushing to the next thing, or things are just coming at me and I deal with them and I shed them and I go to the next thing. Like when I'm absorbing and I'm dealing with everything and I'm like enjoying everything or not enjoying them, but I'm in touch, that's when synchronicity happens.
So give me an example.
You go.
Gosh, like last like synchronicity thing that kind of happened.
Yeah, for you or me
Or
or
between the two of
together.
you.
Oh,
You guys
I'll
talk
give,
5
Yeah, we'll talk all the time. That's what I'm saying.
I'll give you the last one that happened actually was the Bob Lazar.
Oh yeah.
Bob Lazar thing. So you'll see this picture probably up here soon. So
Yeah, I know who it is.
so this guy,
But those of you that don't,
yeah,
you want to explain Bob Lazar real quick?
sure. Bob Lazar is a guy that worked at the S4 military base, secret base, similar to Area 51.
Yep.
And he was very involved in coming up with or what is it? Re-engineering.
Back engineering.
Exactly.
Reverse engineer.
Reverse. There it is. Reverse engineering the propulsion system to a UFO that they have. Anyway, and he, this one UFO that he was working on, he named it the Sport Model. And Bob Lazar, he has a website. You can go there. You can buy a sketch, a print of his sketch of the Sport Model.
Oh, now that I know that's
So-
on.
So, knowing that, I don't even know how I came across this, but I was looking for something to get Josh. He's got everything. I mean,
Yeah.
he's got everything.
You
So
go to
what do you get a
Bob's
guy?
Toys, got it.
And so I always look for unique things. And I came across this. I'm like, immediately, like, he is going to love this. It's just different, whatever. I buy it. I'm like, he's going to love this. I don't know, a week later.
I almost remember it being the same day because we were doing some recordings here that we were practicing and whatnot. And we had talked about Bob Lazar and whatnot. So on the phone, I'm telling him about how we had just talked about that. And he's like, no fucking way.
I said, no, I didn't say that. I said, remember that you said that to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because when he said that to me, that picture, that print was already in the mail.
Yeah.
Like he had bought it.
Randomly, it was already purchased. It was already in the mail being shipped to me to ship it to him. We never
hadn't talked about Bob Lazar for a long time. Very, very, very long time. Because you told me about that documentary that he had first released years ago.
Yeah, that was like 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah, I watched that. But yeah, I mean, I almost remember like you had ordered it that day and I had brought it up. But synchronicity.
But here's
similar-
another one that happens to you. How about
You can do the song one where
no, you picking up a phone to call him,
And he's
and he
already
answers,
calling
and he goes, "I was just thinking about.
I was already calling.
thinking about calling him."
Yeah, that would happen
That's
to me.
something that happens to a lot of
That
people.
happens. That happens to me. I'm humming a song on the way out to the car, and I get in the car, and the song's playing.
Yep.
A lot of it's when I think of a lot of it actually happens to me more often but in business where I'm thinking of a customer that I haven't spoken to in a long time that I should reach out to. And then I don't that day. And the next day they reach out to me. When I haven't heard from them
in some instances
6
for me.
months. Same what?
Same day in some instances for me. I'll
Yeah,
think in the
yeah,
morning about
yeah.
a customer, and an hour later I've got a call from or an email.
Yeah, that happens the most where I think of somebody and they end up texting
Now that
me or
could be
calling me.
coincidental because we're probably all working together and they're thinking that they got to get back to the project too. that
Yeah,
they're
but
working on.
I'm talking about customers I haven't seen or spoken to in 6 months, and there's no open business there. There's nothing that's been happening, and I'm thinking I should call them to see if I can get something going again. And they call me and tell me that they had been trying to call me or
Matter of fact, I
wanted
think
to.
you just told me something like that. a couple
Probably
weeks
did.
ago.
It happens to me often. Yeah, not as much recently. I've been pretty stressed out recently, but I feel like I do have a lot of psychic ability. I have moments where I'm sitting, like one really good one was I was in McDonald's with my wife and her really good friend, and our kids were pretty young. And she's kind of in touch with that kind of stuff. And I was telling her, I was like, yeah, I just have these weird things where like I'm just kind of looking around and I feel like I know what's going to happen. And then a few minutes later, it happens. So I go, she goes, well, what do you mean? I go, okay, well, I just got a feel. I mean, this sounds dumb because I'm at a McDonald's playground. I go, I don't know. I got a feeling that that kid's going to come down that slide. He's going to be crying. And a few minutes, the kid was happy when I said it. And then a few minutes later, kid comes down and he's crying. I don't know. It's weird. I've had moments like I wake up from a dream that my light bulb blew. Like when I flipped the switch, the light bulb just popped. And I woke up. I consciously remembered it. I stood up, hit my switch on my light bulb, hit my switch, my light switch in my room as it's like 19. And the light bulb blew so hard that a blue spark came down and almost landed on my bed. And I was not on drugs. I wasn't still sleeping. You know, things like that happen to me quite a bit. I usually can get a feeling for something that might happen. I see it coming before it does.
Yeah.
So I think that conscious, that is there. Our brains are way more powerful.
Well, I would say the CIA thinks that as well. So
Yeah. But that's 50-50. These are 100%.
So you were talking about what? Remote viewing?
remote viewing.
Remote viewing.
I'm not sure what 50-50.
They're 50%. They're correct. Like 51%. The number one guy who was the best at it, I can't think of his name off the top of my head, but he was the one who worked for the CIA for the longest. He was like 51% correct, which was like, you know, more than anybody else that they had experimented with at that time. The others were like 20%, 30% correct, which is still kind of, I don't know what the odds are of, you know, stuff being correct, but from some people, I understand that's a pretty good percentage. But in these cases, they are 100% correct. Not 95%, not 90%, 100%. 100% correct 100% of the time.
That's insane.
Wow, that's insane. Yeah, the remote viewing stuff that I've looked into, like, yeah, they're not 100%. They'll tell you they're not 100%.
Yeah.
But I guess my point is to everyone kind of having this is they built a program to help foster that ability through people. They're like, oh, you might have a talent here or what have you, and they have I want to call it a curriculum, but some program to be able to foster that through people and build a remote viewing team.
I would love to. I feel like I have that. I would love to get into that. Can you call the CIA for me? And
I'll drop you off at
FBI.
We're going to have Austin come from Atlanta and give you some lessons.
Yeah.
He's like, Josh, I know that guy. I'm not going there.
He did, idiot. He certainly didn't teach me how to read.
Hey, wouldn't that be great if some of them are listening to us right now in the hill?
That would be crazy. Yeah, they're listening to our podcast without us even knowing.
And what they equate it to is like, so there's a clip of Lucille Ball in an interview that she had done at one point, and she talked about being a young actress, and she had got fillings put in her teeth. She had got 3 fillings from the dentist, and she'd went back to the studio, or she was on her way back to the studio, and she stopped at, I don't know, one of the main streets, you know, in Hollywood, and she heard a radio station.
Oh, yeah, I've heard this. And not this, but I've heard
of that.
This kind of joke or reference.
Yeah, so
picking up radio.
She gets back to the studio, and Buster Keaton is there, and he goes, you know, well, how was your fillings? And she goes, well, the fillings are there, but can I tell you the craziest damn thing that happened on my way here? I heard a radio station when I stopped at such and such corner, and then as I drove past that corner, it went away. He goes, that's happened. That people get fillings and they pick up the radio frequency that's being put out, and your fillings pick up that frequency, and of course there's no speaker system, but it goes directly into your brain. And there was
it's like an antenna in your mouth,
straight up, bro.
What, dude?
Yes,
So unbelievable.
And then there was there's been other instances, like there was a documented one where a guy had gotten fillings, but he worked in a machine shop. And the particular type of dust that was in the machine shop had gotten on his teeth, and he couldn't stop hearing radio frequencies. It was constant.
Oh, wow.
So
that would drive me crazy.
They committed him as crazy for a hot second, like until they were like, okay, well, everything else he says is normal, but this one thing is not normal. So they went and they asked, what happened. And it came to find out that his fillings were picking up a particular type of metal coating, and it was depositing itself on his fillings, and it was a constant conductor of radio frequencies.
Wow.
So they cleaned his teeth, and it went away.
Oh, insane. It's real.
That's
I saw
nuts.
you were adjusting. I just want to mention that Vinny showed up today in jean shorts.
I did.
You want to go ahead and tell them all about your fucking jean shorts?
I'm more than happy to. I really want to hear your perspective.
Do you want to stand? Do you want to stand up and let the viewers see and adjust yourself? I mean, you're on camera.
Yeah, I mean, let's
go
do
ahead.
it. Please.
All right, you're good. Stand up.
Yeah.
Let's take a little look here. Oh, you can't see him. Stand on the couch. Fuck it. Stand on the couch. Stand on the fucking couch. Look, there they are.
Okay, the third.
There they.
Some surf.
Yeah, but turn them around. You got the.
Am I modeling now?
Yeah, look, they're rusties. So real, like that synchron current. All right, get that mic back in front of your face there.
I'm so glad you brought that up.
Just jean shorts.
Yeah, what's up with the jean shorts?
Okay.
Stay close to your mic.
So,
there you go.
Vinny, just so you know, I meant what's wrong with his jean shorts.
yeah. Oh, love that. Please.
Let's get perspective on this.
Yes, my perspective is that jean shorts belong back in the 90s. At best, by the way, at best. And there's pictures of me and Vinny at like 20. I think we were living here when I was 24. You were 23, 24. I was 25 or so.
Yep.
Right when we were living together, we're out at the beach on some holiday, and there's a picture of the two of us, and he's got his jean shorts on. And this guy wore jean shorts all the time. And
I wore them too back then.
See?
Yeah.
I'm not Mr. Style, okay? I'm not hip to all the new styles. I dress my way. I like to be put together for the most part with fresh clothes and fresh hats and shit. And this guy, like, whatever's in there that he's putting it on. It doesn't have to match. It doesn't matter if it's today's style or not.
It's covering the nuts and the ankles. He's good.
Yeah. Luckily now his wife dresses him, but today, and I've been making fun of jean shorts with this guy forever. And anytime there's some kind of joke about where we're going somewhere or whatever, I go, don't fucking wear your goddamn jean shorts, dude. You're going to drive me crazy. So today he shows up. I'm at work. I open the door. I just happen to be looking down when I open the door and he's wearing them. I almost didn't let him in. I was like, you're not fucking going in here.
That is true.
Yeah.
That is true.
Yeah.
He almost didn't let me in. So I saw these. Yes, I've worn jean shorts for lots of years. Of course, I don't own a pair of jean shorts until recently. And he'd been teasing me about this forever and ever. And then I saw these, that they're coming back. And I told him, watch, they're going to come back one day.
Oh, for sure.
And this rusty site, whatever, I get served an ad or whatever, and I go immediately add to cart. And I knew at that moment that I was going to wear them on this podcast. That was the, if these things spontaneously combust from this point on, it served its mission.
I didn't want to let him in. And I'm like, I can't even look at you. I can't do this, dude. Are you going to wear those later?
They were cut off jeans. Something to talk about.
Dude, he's
my man shorts love.
No, not leaving them.
I think these might be here to stay now.
I thought they are because it just gives me more material. That's all it gives me.
Yeah.
Your wife didn't see those on you.
No.
Yes. You would. No, Vin, you're not leaving the house in that.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Never knew I didn't know how to dress myself until I met my wife.
That's true. Love her. Love her for that.
That's good.
Shout out
Yeah.
Leslie Rosini.
Yeah. Good to know you. Vinny, you had some stuff you wanted to talk about. You want to bring some? You got something?
You know, I've known Josh 25 something years now. And so, like, again, I mentioned it earlier, just this podcast thing, this is great. But I'm looking around here and I'm like, okay, well, the Bob Lazar thing's not up. Okay, that's nice.
Yeah, where is the Bob Lazar?
I was in the trash. I don't know.
I think it's either right around the corner or I don't think
Yeah, it's in the round file.
Oh, it's just I haven't done anything in here in a long time. I feel bad, but I told you originally I wanted to put it up, but I wanted it in frame, and I had to figure it out.
So that was one example, but there's something else that's not in here, and I'm a little bummed. And And the check engine light, Josh.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Oh shit.
No, I was gonna put that out there by the shop because the stories of all my off-road equipment.
So I just wanted to
How
touch
long has he had the
Constant check engine light. Well, I got it in February this year.
Oh, okay.
February. Yeah, so it's been a little while, but the whole thing is it's the symbolism behind it. So that Bob Lazar thing was really a synchronicity thing. It was pretty cool.
Especially since it was in the time period since we've had this going.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It needs to go up. You're
pretty
right.
recent. The check engine light. There's the meaning behind that. I just felt it was significant enough to put it up and add it to your podcast environment. But
Yeah.
so I'd just like to dive into that for a minute.
Yeah.
Share with
Do you want to
share-
tell your version of my check engine light stories?
Well, I'll just give the Reader's Digest here. Josh isn't very mechanically inclined.
Whoa.
Yeah, I'm going straight for the jugular.
Not mechanically inclined at all. Not very at all.
I said not very. I didn't say
twist
not.
a screw. Maybe I don't always know what direction to twist it.
Bingo.
Okay.
Or how hard to twist it.
Yeah, I can accept
Or what you're twisting.
that. No, I don't agree with that one. All right, go ahead.
Are we talking nipples or screws here?
Nipples, screws, wire nuts. I mean, whatever. Yeah, there we go. So, anyways, anything, maybe not nowadays. I'll give you an out here. But maybe not nowadays. But everything Joshua touched just broke.
It needed to be done again.
It needed to be done again. That's a good term.
Josh,
Needed to
two
be done
times.
again. Exactly.
2 times. I got.
And that could be because he stripped a bolt. It could be because he was going to do a workaround.
Yeah, that's the.
A lot of workarounds.
That is.
And so,
JB Weld is his friend.
Not even like.
yeah.
Bend this back until you can get your screwdriver.
So
in there.
there had, and this really goes back, as far as I know, when we started riding quads. And the first time he took it, he has the worst luck. The first time we took our quads out to, actually, first or second time we took them out to Glamis.
Okay.
Brand new bike.
That's right.
Yeah, this is really when I remember this. Brand new bike. He got this nice, cool exhaust on it, whatever. We're riding, we're kind of, we're going. And this is probably, I think, the maiden voyage of this part that you have on there, the exhaust. It just falls off while we're riding.
The head pipe broke.
Okay. Yeah.
It broke where it comes off the head of the bike, like the mid pipe, right? So you have the slip on, which is the muffler, and then you have the head pipe that comes off. It broke in half while it was still bolted to my motor. It wasn't loose. It just got caught and broke.
Too tight?
Maybe.
And I want to cover a couple instances, so I'm going to kind of skip around
Because
here.
don't those have gaskets on them? As they
But then there's a flange.
It broke in the middle of the pipe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was like,
This doesn't.
how does that happen?
Yeah.
So we have
They
that.
call you Sleb Rock?
So we've got there's a lot of quad stories and
Electrical
and then
issues,
a lot of electrical issues, battery, everything,
issues,
everything.
intake issues.
Changing oil, pouring it in, forgetting that there's no drain plug in.
That happened.
I just
One time.
but then it gets a little bit gnarlier. Like
It gets way gnarlier.
as we get older, we get bigger toys, more expensive toys.
Yeah.
All these things come, and then here it comes. And I'm not going to steal the thunder. I really want you to cover this. Celine Dion.
Oh, Celine, I thought you were gonna go Speed Demon, but you want to go Celine Dion.
There's an order.
Yeah, you're
We're
right,
going
you're right,
chronological.
Okay.
Well, before that was the Dodge RT.
I did what?
That wasn't even that big, but
I heard about it.
If I had to pick, I was going to leave that one
I
out.
can leave that one out because I just had a blown head gasket, which isn't my fault. It's just my luck.
Luck.
So Celine Dion. So I had a
And
2007.
to think that you decided to recently start gambling.
Yeah, no.
Is that right?
But my luck's been great. Luck's been great. Roulette, baby. Roulette, Vegas. You better blackball me. Oh boy. So I had a 2007 Mustang Celine. That was a 281 Celine, and I had it when we knew each other. You remember seeing it, black and gold, right? All sewed out like a show car. It was gorgeous, right?
I was upset you didn't let me wreck it.
Dude, I wished it had been wrecked. I would have saved me $25,000. That means it would have went in drive.
Yeah, means the insurance would have paid. I bought this thing and oh god, it died on the way home. It went lean. It stopped building. It's supercharged. It stopped building boost. Ran lean. I had to pull over, get it towed to the mechanic shop that built the car. So the first day I bought it for 25 grand, and I left it with the mechanic. And then
For another 2,500.
yeah, no, more than
This was the worst example.
And then what happened next with that car first?
I just didn't have a Carfax.
It
on
wouldn't run. Yeah, it wouldn't. It wouldn't run.
It was like, was it something, was it staying in gear or something like that?
That cost a bunch of money to fix that. Then they couldn't retune it because the ECU was locked because Celine locks them, and then some other stuff. I don't know. At the end, I had a guy here come and photo shoot it. I was gonna professionally try and have it shot and sold.
Did you have any models in it?
No, maybe if I had, I would have better luck. But we're here at the shop, and I'm gonna take it home for like one last drive or whatever.
As you should.
So I pull out and I get to the light.
One last drive, one of 5 drives.
Hold my beer.
Total.
Yeah, the running joke, dude. It was living on the tow truck.
Literally.
Living on the tow truck. I couldn't take it anywhere. It would get hot. It would do this. It'd do that.
Yeah.
So the last drive, I go out and make a left on Western, and I fucking go through the gears. I go into third, and I hit third, and boom, I hear this like, it's a boom, and I'm here rattling, and I see out the back, the rearview mirror, white smoke. I immediately make a left turn. I pull over. I look under the car. Oil's dumping all over the asphalt. It's smoking, and I'm like,
Any parts fall off?
well, I blew a hole in the bottom of the block. A hole in the bottom of the block.
Yeah, the block
I
fell off.
wish it had caught fire because then I would have got paid.
Fucking blow a hole in the bottom of the block.
They ran lean and the crank, and that's what happens. And the crank's over, extend because it's running too hot.
Got it.
So I blew a hole in the block. I had to buy a long block, which is a whole block and heads instead of a short block, which is just a block to replace the block. So I get new heads, So
This is when he's already trying to sell it. Like he's already in the frame of mind that he's getting rid of this.
yeah, it's
This,
getting
this
sold.
curse.
And I'm gonna hopefully get what I can out of it. I paid 25. I'm not gonna. I don't know what I'm gonna get from it. It's a gorgeous car. I mean, right? It was a good looking car.
It was a great looking car.
It had a lot of really nice shit on it. And I wish it had caught fire. I had to. I after it was done, I bought it for 25, and it cost me 25 to keep it, and I sold it for 28. So that was a tough one.
And I would say just the tune. You mentioned the tuning. The tuning saga was its own saga. So you'd have to try and get it unlocked, get the box unlocked.
I had to
You'd
buy a
have
new
to buy a
ECU.
new box. The tuning alone there was a lot there.
Nobody wanted to tune it. Like these big time tuners that are local, like Tuned by Tad, which is a big Chevy guy nearby, was like, I can't touch this thing. I took it to another tuner in Costa Mesa. He's like, I can't unlock it. I can't do this. I can't do that. It was just such a saga.
It's just a saga.
When I ended up selling it, I hope it ran for that guy. Probably didn't, because it wasn't tuned. So unless you don't put octane in the fucking thing, it's gonna blow it.
It wasn't tuned. So after you put the new motor and everything in it, it still wasn't tuned?
Yeah, because the ECU isn't tunable. So you have to dial. Yeah, and so I bought a new one, and you couldn't unlock it. They were like, "Oh, buy the GT one instead. Don't buy one that Celine has. Buy a GT one, and we'll program it like Celine's thing, because Celine locks them up." Well, I bought it, and it didn't work, and it was like, I'm done.
I wonder if this is a Celine problem.
It is a Celine problem. So anyway, finally got rid of that.
Should have got the 88.
Yeah, I wanted the fucking Cobra, right? The 90 hatchback, the Fox body. Anyway, yeah, and then it moved on to what after that?
Well, I don't know what happened.
Cadillacs didn't have problems.
Okay,
No,
so you sold it after that incident?
Yeah, I sold it on an auction site, bringatrailer.com, and they auctioned it, and they got up to 28 grand. I got 28.
Something happened with the CTSB. Something was running leaner. There was an injector. There was something, I thought.
No, so on the first V, the 14 coupe, that
And
thing
this
had
is
3,000.
this is a brand new car.
No, the 14 was bought used.
Oh, the 14.
But it had 3,000 miles on it. I bought it from a guy who had traded work in Vegas, blah, blah, blah. That car ran great, but then I sold that to buy the 2019 V. And there was just transmission issues that were known about that car, but I never went through that. I ended up selling that car at like 11 or 12 or 13,000 miles to have the Audi that I have now. But
And the Audi you bought brand new?
yeah, I bought that brand.
Smartest purchase ever.
That's a great car, by the way. Yeah. But then, it transitioned over to the Yamaha car that I had, the side-by-side. I had some little things. That car was a great car.
Yeah.
Had a couple small things happen. But really, the issue was the speed UTV.
Yeah, we're getting to the
Yeah,
the coup
speed.
d'etat of this whole thing is the speed UTV. And you asked earlier about how could something just like fall off or whatever. Well, this would be a second example of how a block or a structure piece, in this case a transmission case, could
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to bore everybody who's listening, but this is like, this also isn't my fault, right? I mean, this is Steve's fault.
It comes down to just luck and the lack of it. It comes down, like, it started as like, Josh, please don't touch it, whatever it is, because you're going to break it, strip it, whatever. And then it just, from Celine Dion on, it really started as you just have really, really bad luck.
Oh, so this is all after the hoe.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, so I forgot. I want to explain to anybody why it's called Celine Dion.
Please.
So the car was black and gold, and it was going to be featured in a magazine. So they were doing a photo shoot, and they're like, hey, do you have like a car name that you had? Like, a lot of guys name their cars or whatever. And I was like, yeah, let me think about it. And so I hit this dude up, and I'm like, what are we going to name the car? And what was the other name that we can, do you remember?
Gosh.
I thought it was another good name. But it's not, but
It wasn't memorable.
Celine away.
well,
Yeah.
as I grew up, when I was younger, the Celine had first come out in 88. It was or 88 might have been the first year of the Celine. Anyway, I had always called it a sailing. Like, we all referred to
That's
it
what I
as
used to call it.
sailing.
Yeah.
Well, I had learned when I bought this one, because this guy was heavy into Celines and he knew Steve Celine and whatever, that the guy's name is Celine, not Sailing. So this guy goes, how about Celine Dion? It is like, say less, that's it. Done. So this car is in a magazine, something Mustangs, I forgot the name of it, and it's Celine Dion all in the article, and it's hilarious.
great.
It's great.
So the point really is this: I got him a check engine light sign because
sign, like my
a
friend sign.
neon sign, just because I just felt it was so appropriate.
It is. And he felt bad giving it to me. And here's the worst part, actually. Talk about synchronicity. Okay. This speed car had an issue since day one. You took me on the shakedown run.
I did.
And I think you know where I'm
I
going with this.
tried to help you.
So we went on the shakedown run, and it overheated in the first 5 minutes. There's all kinds of issues from the get.
Okay, backtrack. What's a shakedown round?
When you get your car put together, or you buy a car from someone, or you get a brand new car,
You have
take it out,
major
and
mechanical work done
and
to
you,
it.
and you run it ragged on a day trip somewhere, and you beat it up so that anything that's going to shake loose does when you're not on a trip.
Okay.
So you plan
All right.
for shit to go
I
wrong.
appreciate that.
And you have somebody with you, tell you back, whatever the fuck's going on, you shake it down. So we're out
Different
there.
than breaking in a car or a motor or something.
Yes, this really applies to that as well, but it covers buying used, buying new, getting work done, adding lights, whatever it is you've done. You want to go shake this shit down and see if something pops off.
It encompasses the whole unit.
It really probably comes from racing. Like, you want to shake things down before you go to the race.
Gotcha.
Right. So from the get, we had problems, and it went all the way from overheating to suspension issues, to the speakers not working on the stereo, to the brake lights not working, the blinkers, my harness thing broke out of nowhere on the buckle.
So like somebody knew how to make a pretty looking car, but they had no idea what the fuck
This
they were
is
doing.
I can't even get into this. That's like not even like, there's so much more to it. Maybe one day we'll get into this, and I'll review my speed UTV, Robbie Gordon. So, but here's the funny synchronicity part. So I've done a lot of work to this car. We take it to Havasu, and he gives me this check engine light on this trip as like a gift, because I don't see him that much. He lives in Mexico. It takes 4 hours to get to this guy's house. He lives at Rancho Santa Margarita. Might as well be a 3-hour drive. And so I don't see him much. And so he brings me this stuff, and it's funny. And I tell all our other buddies about all these issues, and it's a big joke. And we got a couple at they're new friends of mine, and these guys are awesome. I met some of the most amazing people through Vinny and his wife, really. And all her friends up in Washington, and every single person I've met through them, I've become my friends.
Right.
And he's got a group of guys that he's met up near where he lives, and his kids, they know each other. So now they're off-road friends, and I've become friends with these guys, and I can hang out with these guys without Vinny. I love these guys. And a couple of them I went to high school together, and they're super close. They play jokes on each other. Well, fucking one of them.
I love it already.
Like this little, so the car's in the garage, and we're talking about how the car had all these issues. And the next day I come out, and Andy's like, dude, there's something, you think your car's leaking? And I go, fuck, dude. So I go out there and I look, and it's like a yellowish clear liquid, like trans fluid. Okay. And I'm like, fuck, dude. I'm like, where is it coming from? It's right under the transmission. And I'm like, dude. And they all come over, and I did. Brian's looking at it. We're all looking at it. And then Andy comes over, and he's like, and he squats down out of the car, and he goes, what is that? And I go, dude, I can't tell. And he touches it, and he licks it. And I go, what the fuck? And he goes, tastes kind of good. I'm like, what the fuck? And I take it, and I smell it. It's fucking beer. He had poured beer under my car, and I thought it was trans fluid. I'm dying laughing on the ground. We're all laughing, right? Cut to 2 hours later that day. My buddy's other car had a problem, so we decided to not go on the ride that day because we were short a car. Fuck it, let's just kick it. Let's go to this off-road show that happens to be in Havasu today. He's going to drive his truck, but I'm going to drive my side-by-side around town because it's legal. And I have a plate. I have an AZ plate on it, blinkers, everything. So I got 3 dudes in my car. We're driving around the streets. And then I hear this rattling noise. And I change gears in the car, and I hear rattling again. And I pull into a parking lot, and I go through the gears. I'm like, I think it's fine. I pull out of the parking lot. I hit the gas to get it going. And pop. My transmission blows a hole in the case at 850 miles. An OEM transmission that should last the life of the car.
Yeah.
Blows out. I got ball bearings in my skid plate. There's oil all over the place. It's just hilarious that he gives me the check engine light on this trip, and then Andy pours fake transmission fluid underneath my transmission that's fine, and then it breaks 2 hours later. Like not just
put oil in
here, dude. No, dude, it's fine. Everything's up, like running the way it's supposed to. But here's the tail of the tape. Everybody who was getting to about 1,000+ miles on this car, their transmissions were blowing. And they're not warranting them. They're not owning up to anything. They're giving everybody excuses. They told me some bullshit. Oh, the bump pad, is it touching your transmission? Oh, then you must have bottomed out and you probably cracked it. What am I supposed to say? That's an off-road car. I can't even defend that. I'm like, well, okay, then fuck me. Forget that Robbie said online that the dog pin comes out and the gear starts to rattle and it breaks. That's what happened, dude. And you're not going to give me new trans. How much is a new trans? $4,200. Okay. And I have a broken car and I can't sell it because nobody's buying these because they're all broken. I have to pay, $4,000 for a new transmission and then install it, which I'm not going to fucking do, obviously, because I'll have to do it twice.
It was $4,000 just for the transmission.
Dude, and the clutch. Remember when I was getting...
You were going to tell me installed
No,
$4,000.
dude.
I could have said that.
$4,000 for just the unit. And so and here's another one. When I was getting the oil cooler put in because the car wouldn't run because the oil gets too hot.
So just to summarize real quick, there is a series of events that happen where Josh just is throwing money at this thing because he's chasing maybe a defective design.
Well, I only know that I'm broken and I need fixed.
Or some other stuff. So there is just a pile. I'm just waiting to listen to which ones he's going to be telling.
Well, here's what I kind of forgot about. So the suspension points were all garbage. It wore in 500 miles. The axles were bad at 500. Like there's all kinds of crazy shit. But I was getting the oil cooler put in, and he was checking my clutch, and one of the rocker arms in the clutch, the little thing that moves, you know,
Yeah, yeah.
tap clutch.
Yep.
The bolt had backed out and went through my clutch and broke my clutch. The clutch was $2,800, and they don't sell parts; they only sell
the unit.
complete unit, and it's a proprietary.
Who put
unit.
the bolt in?
The guy in Vietnam. They're built over in Vietnam. So anyway, the story about Speed UTV is that the design was great, the intent was great, but building you a Chinese unit, like the best stuff out there is Japanese. I mean, Can-Am and Polaris are probably the top of the markets for side-by-sides, but when it comes to motorcycles, quads, the Chinese is garbage, you want Japanese.
Yeah.
This guy built us a Chinese fucking side-by-side, dude, and I got rid of it finally, and I got a different car. I got a real car. I got a Sanrail dual sport, V8. But yeah, my luck is bad. It was just crazy. The synchronicity was hilarious. That he poured transmission fluid in 2 hours later. In the end, he was like, "Oh my god, I feel bad." Of all people, to feel bad about a joke, I didn't think he would.
Okay.
But-
Moral of this story is, buy new shit.
This was brand new, dude.
It was brand new.
First
It
year,
was brand
new. Day one, 5 minutes, couldn't drive it.
The luck. I'm just telling you, the luck just keeps getting worse and worse.
Oh my god.
So today he came and I showed him the new car. He hadn't seen it, and I was like, "Yeah, hopefully she runs." He goes, "Don't say that." I go, "I gotta say that. Are you fucking kidding me? I'm so traumatized." When I drove that car, I was constantly like waiting for it to break. I wouldn't even enjoy it.
Yeah.
And then at some point, I was like, "Fuck it, pedal down."
So that shakedown run, just for some context here, it hadn't even gotten off the trailer, and I showed up with with a torque wrench, and I went through as many bolts as I could see and get an access as much as possible. And I think out of those, we had probably 6 or 7 that were
They didn't even come close to meeting the torque spec.
No way.
They weren't hand loose, but they were not torqued, and that were gonna come out.
not even close. And some of these were like subframe bolts. Some
Suspension
of these were suspension bolts. Some critical areas.
Yeah,
of
dude,
that
that
just
comes off when I'm doing 65.
And so
fuck it,
that's
dead.
before we even took it off the trailer. This is maiden voyage. So we really
shit,
tried, and then 3 miles into the shakedown run, overheating. First time ever out.
Because we went over 35 miles an hour. First, we were slowing. I was getting warmed up, and it wasn't a speeding area where we could really get on it. When we get on it, I'm like, I gotta pull over because we have radios. We could talk.
Oh, so because I guess you can't drive it around town anywhere.
No,
Not here, yeah.
Yeah.
and you can't shake it down in the asphalt. You need to go through the shit. You need to shake it. Let's get
Gotta be
ready.
bumpy.
Yeah, stupid.
Anyways, would love to see that check engine light up here.
I thought I was gonna put it over in the shop area where I work on.
Nah, forget the shop. It was better here.
Put it right here. I was gonna get rid of these. Maybe I'll put it right here underneath my Darth Vader lightsaber.
There you go.
What else you got?
Did you make that Disneyland?
No, I ordered this.
Okay.
It's the Disney one, but I ordered it.
Okay.
I didn't want to carry it around. I went to Disneyland with Terry, and I didn't want to carry it around.
Yeah.
I hate carrying shit.
I ain't mad at you.
What else you got?
I got something else, but you just spent. Let's go to Disneyland real quick. Just real quick. Let's just stay with it. So I was just talking about this the other day. Did you do the VIP experience?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Question:
Awesome,
Have you
by
ever
the way.
done the VIP experience? Okay. Good for you.
What do you mean? It's great.
It is great. Okay. It is great. Shout out VIP experience. Okay. Disney.
Sponsor the BS Lounge podcast.
Yes, exactly.
We'll take 12 people on an epic journey through the Disney.
Yes, magical experience, but it ruins you.
It does.
It
Oh,
just
I could see that.
ruins you.
Yes.
And my kids, they've gone a couple times. They had the opportunity to go a couple times, and we hit, I think the last time, 16 rides in a day.
Stop.
Right? And your family's at Disneyland all the time. Yeah, so they're listening to this. They're like, I wonder how many they get a chance to really actually.
So
I think Dominica might have done the VIP experience once with somebody. Okay. Yeah, I've never done it.
yeah, so it's just it's just spoiled. You get spoiled, and also the other side of it, you get people that they start looking at you weird because you're going in the exit to get into the very front of the lines of these things, and they're like, "Oh, this asshole."
No, it was a
So
good
out of
time.
curiosity, how much is a VIP experience?
10. I believe it's 10 grand plus tip.
But it's 12 individuals,
Shut
isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's
something
But
like
it's 12
that.
individuals.
Door.
So, you know, you're getting your there's
Yeah.
value. I mean, how much does it take it to go to Disney?
Yeah, but 4 of those individuals are kids that you're paying for.
You choose if you choose. If you choose,
It's phenomenal. It's a great experience. You know, in talking with the tour guides, or I
Yeah, they're
don't know
tour
if that's
guides.
the term that
That's
they
what I would
use,
call
but
Ambassador.
ambassador, host. It's a host,
it's an
actually. Yeah. You know, they're trained to not be there, like to be basically as small as possible. So it feels like they're not there. Is how they describe it.
Right.
And it's just it's a very tailored experience. There's some stuff up front where you tell them kind of, okay, we want to hit these rides, we want to do this. This is kind of where our focal points are, and they plan that out.
Yeah, and the cool thing is a
It's
lot of
very
times
cool.
they are kind of not supposed to necessarily always be involved in the group, but they can if you welcome it. If you
Yes.
interact with them, and they'll point out a lot of the secret Mickeys. If you look here, if you're standing here at Indiana Jones and you look up through here, you'll see one here on this rock, or they'll give you some history, which is kind of cool. And it was really fun. You've been, how many times have you been on that? 2, 3
The
times?
VIP.
Yeah.
I think I've done it 3 times.
Yeah. Yeah, I've only done it once.
And you went with just your group, or you were included in another group?
It's
No,
just one group.
it is just our group. It was
Just
a
your own.
private.
You can take 2 people.
I just didn't know if they put like 6 people to 4 people.
No,
or,
No, you're maxed out, and you're
You can bring 2 or
private.
12.
Yeah, 2 or 12.
But it's yours.
you're paying for that.
Gotcha.
Whatever it is, that's the dollar amount. So yeah, it's really cool. Got to see a lot of cool. I hadn't been there in a long time, and I hadn't been to Star Wars Land or whatever it's called. And I got to experience that. What is it? Is it called Star Wars Land, or is it New Frontier, or fucking?
I couldn't tell you.
Yeah,
I couldn't tell you.
yeah, yeah. Anyway,
Well, there was something, switching gears here a little bit. There was something you were adamant about covering, and you told me this a while ago, and I have it here. It had something to do with AI and crime analysis, or something. Oh, come on. He
I'm gonna
remembers.
try and grab it. I remember because you worked in the software industry.
I do. I didn't know if this was a big rabbit hole, so I wasn't gonna.
That's okay. I mean, you're gonna be a welcome back anytime, so we can talk about it. I can't remember what it was, and that sucks. My memory's so bad.
Predicting.
Yep. Okay. So
It was some.
Yeah. Okay. So there's
Predicted
a
the stock market.
software. There's softwares out there that help predict flows of business, right? And so,
What do you mean by flows of business?
well, like let's say that there's a type of business out there where they have to staff a very large amount of people, and there's flows of customers that come in at certain times of year, certain times of nights, and there's algorithms that can be created if you're able to track them and able to produce the workforce at the right time and not have that workforce there when it's not needed. Like for a restaurant on a small scale, or something like a theme park or a casino or something like that could work that way, right? So I was playing that into algorithm and crime analysis where you can find trends in crime. And I know that there is already stuff out there, and people can look at reports or say, oh, it's summer and it's a hot summer, so we're going to see more burglaries. And it could be as simple as, well, it's hot, so people leave the windows open. So there's going to be more crime. But I was looking at something more deep. I was looking for an idea where there was going to be a better algorithm tracked and things, and you bring in social media aspects or news media aspects or news events or world events that play into when crime can be expected, or the type of crime that can be expected, such as when in 2020 BLM activists and riots and protests and transitioning into those things and what to expect. And some of those are so normal to expect. Someone who's been in police work for 20 or 30 years kind of knows what to expect.
But I think a part of that is also listening to chatter in chat rooms and Discord sites. And if, you hear trends that are going on there,
Right.
You'll pick shit up.
So that being said, instead of having a human have to track that, you have a software, an algorithm that can draw from all of that all the
Guarantee
time.
they have that shit.
It's already here today. They made a movie about it 20 years ago.
Oh,
Minority Report.
oh, well, yeah,
yeah.
I love that. I love that. By the way,
It's there. That's today. They have those things today. Yeah, we've done things like that as well.
yeah. So I mean, do you know anything about like maybe the one that I'm talking about with crime and what's out there? Tell me how it works.
With crime. Yeah, I mean, first it comes down to data, right? Like you mentioned, all these different sources of data, social media, a database of a crime database, right? You can call your local police department and say, hey, in this area, what's been the latest crimes geographically? When I owned a business, I did that. What's the volume of crime over the past year? Well, all that data can be analyzed, and they can tell you the likelihood of it happening. They'll tell you, it's for, and they can put that up against the weather. Well, it's going to rain this day, and well, these type of crimes don't happen when it's raining because everyone wants to stay home and not get wet. So they can now give you a probability analysis of this stuff, but it comes down to what data can you feed it, and it can come up with that actually very easily nowadays. Very, very easily.
So I'm late as usual.
And what, okay, so crime data
Yeah.
and forecasting trends in crime or the type of future activities. So you're almost saying like predicting the future.
Yeah, it's they can come up with a statistical or predictive
From the
analysis.
Yes.
Yeah, from previous stuff. So it's like it's how we do it with except we're automating the process, but you look at how do we predict weather is through the almanacs. So we
Right.
looked at that was more of a manual process back in the day. And so yeah, now they leverage AI for that. We've leveraged they talk about AI as being this. We were in a hype cycle, they call it, where it's this curve where AI is going to solve everything. Like we can take over the world and do all this stuff. And then there's like usually a tipping point where it comes down. It's like, well, wait. In a lot of cases, everyone's data is not clean, right? We'll take the crime example. Well, that's great for maybe LAPD, right? But the sheriff's department has their data in a different way. So, and it's dirty. There's
It's all
just
who's inputting it and how they
Exactly.
what they
You're-
classify that crime as.
you're only as good as your data.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so that's been the big problem right now and we see that in my profession a lot is you've got these great ideas and things that they want to do, but when they go, okay, let's do it, they fire up a proof of concept, like your crime example is a great example of that. And then, well, our data is really bad, so our outcomes don't make sense.
Yeah.
Right.
Because of what we fed, it's only as good as what you feed it.
Yeah.
And so, unfortunately, those proof of concepts, on average, $2 to $16 million a piece. This current statistic: 90% of AI POC projects fail, and it all comes back down to data.
But I feel like there's no such thing as true failure right now when it comes to AI, because if you're only as good as your data and you want to feed it a bunch of bad data, the more bad data you feed it, the more clean you can pull from it. I don't know if I'm explaining this right, but it's kind of like you want to give it time and you want to give it an opportunity to prove itself. Even with bad data, you can still get solid result of the bad data. And then you can take information that's good and utilize that in a different way and understand what clean data needs to be. Am I wrong?
Yeah, no,
It's convoluted.
it's if you have data, you feed a data AI 10 items, and you're telling AI or the technology that 8 of these items are red, and they're really all blue. It's gonna take
What you
take
told it.
what you fed it.
Yes.
Right. And
Then
it's
tell you
going
that blue is red.
and it's going to go off of just what you feed it. And so that's been a big big problem is they find out the hard way that their data is bad, and they have to go back and clean all that stuff up.
Yeah, I guess even with the issue with my idea is that you can't have minority report be real. You can't arrest somebody before they've done the crime.
No.
And so I'm not saying these algorithms are going to prove that.
But you should
Joe
follow 'em.
Schmo,
Or you can prevent it.
but well, you can work to react to them, because you can't pretend that Joe Schmo is going to go steal this car. You don't know who's going to go steal this car or what car is going to be stolen. You just have an idea, or you have an algorithm that says that cars are going to start getting stolen. We're seeing a trend. We saw in the Discord sites that now there's remotes that people can buy from Rever and steal your program of your remote of your vehicle by
Yep.
putting something under your car
Yeah.
and getting
No,
your remote.
No. Homie, I'm going to tell you.
I know. I didn't get it
Yeah.
happen to you. You tell it, because you told me once. Told me recently about your truck and the guy across the street.
Oh, no. I did tell you
did tell
about
me.
that, but I apologize because I just found some new information.
Oh,
So
the exclusive.
the exclusive right here. What, a week and a half ago? Go ahead.
We'll go back further, because originally,
Okay. So originally, my neighbor, exactly what Josh said, my neighbor's car was out front. Two guys came. One guy hopped out, looked in, saw that it was a push button, went, drove around the block. When they came back, they were able to put a signal out and unlock the car. They stole it, and they were gone in 60 seconds.
so yeah, you don't need to break into the key anymore. Like push button cars are getting stolen,
Sure.
which I always thought I was safe with these luxury cars having push buttons, and now almost everything has push button now, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, okay. So
Now,
originally you thought you had heard that they had scanned. I thought you told me that there was something they could like put under the
You're
driver door
correct.
or
You're
the
correct. I
front
think the
fender.
police officer told my neighbor that there was something that they put under there, and they read a number on it, and from that number they get the data
They
that
can
they
program their shit.
Well, now it's went beyond that. Now, a week and a half ago, I live in a decent neighborhood. I got some big houses in my neighborhood. I don't have the biggest house in the neighborhood, but I got big houses in the neighborhood. And
It's more than decent. It's nice. Over
yeah,
there.
it's nice, but I mean, it's all right. But and I have a big wide street. So there was, because the neighbors caught it on camera, there was a car that was going down the street, and then it would have two people on each side of the sidewalk following the car. And soon after it slowly went by, the two people were pulling the car levers, looking inside, and closing the car lever and going on to the next car.
It's unlocking him as he's driving down the street.
He's unlocking them because if your car fob is in your house, they can pull the signal that your car fob goes to your car, because it's that distance. You can be in your house and unlock your car.
Yeah.
They'll go to the fob and they can pull the signal from the fob and unlock every car as they go down the street, and they can just check everyone.
Wow. That's crazy.
Straight up, bro.
A week and a half ago, my neighbor's Nissan Z was stolen out of the driveway, and I have cameras, and I watched it. The guy drove by a time or two, came back, drove by, and then one guy gets out, comes over to the car. He breaks the window, and it doesn't shatter because it has tint. He drops it on my lawn. Then he goes back to the car, and they leave. Then he comes back, and they both get out. They walk to the driver's side. The fatter one opens the car, does something, goes back, gets in his car. The other guy gets in his car, and they pull out. It's a push button. He must have had the remote too, and they just needed to get into it. I don't know. I mean, if he had the remote, he could have locked the door.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's getting crazy. And my car's out there on the street. Both all my vehicles are just sitting right there exposed. My key fobs are.
Well, they're saying now, because so this happened a week and a half ago. Lo and behold, it made the paper this morning. I read it in the news this morning.
Wow.
Not my neighborhood, but this technology, and that the professional criminals are doing this. And now they're saying you got to take your keys and you got to put them in a Faraday bag,
Oh,
Okay.
man.
a little Faraday pouch. When you come home at night, put your keys in the Faraday bag.
Essentially, they could do the same thing, or they've been doing it with garage doors, I believe,
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah. Yep.
That is so scary. Here's my advice. No matter what you drive, get it fully insured.
Straight up.
Because I'm at a point now where so I said this to my neighbor, I said, his daughter's like, oh, you got to get more cameras. Or I didn't even hear, and my neighbor's like, I was in the military, but we're not a gun family. I go, well, I am, dude. And like, here's the reality. I don't want to catch somebody stealing my car. I don't want to catch somebody stealing my catalytic converter. I don't want to go out there and do something illegal, which is take my gun outside my front door and propose a threat or be involved in an interaction that changes my life forever over my car. So I told him that. I go, what are you going to do? You come out and then what? You caught somebody trying to, and then what are you going to do, dude? Over the car? Take the car. You want to take the watch off my wrist on the street? Take the watch, dude. I'm not losing everything over this item.
I hear you. But there's principles.
I'm not.
No. I hear you, and I'm not saying that the answer is to go fuck the mother either. But why is this happening right now?
Because
What is driving the amount of crime at this scale? As an example, my truck was broken into 3 months ago. They broke the window, stole my tools out of the back. Now we know that that's been going on for a few years. Where they'll, take the poor gardener's all of his equipment out of his truck and steal
hunting vans,
and all lunch.
that's been happening since you could break
But
into a car.
now, just the incidents that have happened around me seem like it is perpetually happening. There's nonstop to this, and it's one thing after another.
Because there's no repercussions of the crimes these days. I'm gonna go right wing on this shit.
No, I mean that may be, but there is repercussions to stealing all of the people's car. That's Grand Theft Auto.
Yes, but there's no repercussion that comes from it. If they're not going to go try to find the guy who stole the car, because you're not going to find them, right? These guys are stealing cars, performance vehicles, doing donuts at intersections on a Friday and Sunday night, and then they light the car on fire in the intersection. They want it for 2 days, and then they're done with it. They're stealing it for joyride, and now the insurance rates are through the roof because cars are being stolen all the time.
I know my neighbor's car was a new GMC Yukon, but
yeah. So, but in a Nissan Z or Camaros, like we have a friend whose son has a Camaro, and they try to steal his car all the time, and they did steal it one time.
Yeah.
And his dumbass went after him, and they found the car over here in Carson or in Compton or whatever, and it ran out of gas.
Intact?
Yeah, intact, because he goes, dude. He goes, they're not going to get far. There's no gas in it. And it's a V8 Camaro. And if they're going to hot rod it around, you're going to go a handful of miles and it's toast.
Yeah.
So it ran out of gas over in Compton or whatever, and they found it. But yeah, dude, I mean, honestly, I think it happens more and more because there's less risk for them. It's easier to steal it, and then they get caught. They're not worried about it. The generation these days, they don't worry about being in trouble because no one gets in trouble anymore, dude.
Right.
Honestly. And that could go totally political. Honestly, that's where it's at, dude.
I know that it was that way a few years ago, but I don't think it's that way right now.
100% it's that way.
Well, I remember, when I moved to Rancho Santa Margarita,
the Highlands,
like right before the week before we moved in, we live in a nice area.
Yeah.
So there were seven burglaries in a home in 2 days or 3 days. 7 that happened.
Same home or in different houses?
In the housing tract that I was moving into. And I was like, oh my gosh, like this is crazy. We're trading one scenario for the same scenario, just another spot. And fast forward a month or so later, they end up catching some of these people in New York. And they got about almost, I think it was like $160,000 worth of the stuff back. They recovered, but they didn't recover all of it. And
in New York.
Yeah, and apparently this was a gang that they fly in. Yeah, they're like, oh, we've seen these people before. They cross over, and they're from somewhere in South America, and they cross over in. They do a bunch of burglaries, all intense, 2, 3, 4 day. Maybe it's over 7 to 30 days, what have you, in different places, and then they fly out, and then they're done. They've done their work, and then they end up getting back home, and then maybe they do that 2-3 months later or what have you. But
it's still going on. I mean, you moved there about 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Well, that's still happening now. I heard recently in our home area that they were claiming they were South American based burglars. I don't even understand why that plays in unless there's some kind of ring that's going around, but like smuggling ring type thing. But they were doing things like setting up cameras on blocks so they could see when you leave and putting them on trees. setting up remote cameras so they can log in and
I remember
see
hearing something about that.
when you bounce. And so I'm like worried about bringing bags out to my car now. Like, this is crazy. I can't just operate my life.
Yeah.
You know, I got to leave lights on. Like, it's ridiculous to have to worry about your house all the time.
Yeah.
Let one or two motherfuckers get shot in the process and let it make faker. You know, I'm like
Yeah.
that.
Hey, come inside and see what happens. I don't know. It's not what I don't want to do that, but you know,
I mean, that's just being real.
it's a lot of talk. But shit, I don't know what I'd do, but that's what I feel like I'd do.
Well, if you can't escape, there's only one thing you can
One
do.
thing I can do.
Yeah,
One thing I can do.
that's crazy.
Yeah. Well,
So back to the computer thing real quick.
Yeah.
So on these programs, so are you hip to like all the new technology or just programs and software that's in the market?
Yeah. So I sell process automation solutions
Okay.
for a living, and I do that predominantly with the in the healthcare and financial services spaces.
Okay.
And so our product, our technology stack, has AI incorporated throughout it.
Most things are
So-
learning that way now.
Exactly. And so, yeah, we apply it as needed. And so I get use cases all the time. You know, how can we be smarter about this process, or how can we, you know, shave time? A lot of the stuff that I do has very tight SLAs.
what's an SLA?
It's a service level agreement. So meaning, for instance, when you there's an SLA for a 911 call, they have to pick up within an X amount of time. That's an SLA, a level of service.
Oh,
to that.
like
So
a requirement, a minimum level of requirement to
of,
serve.
of a service, correct. So some of these processes are 24 hours, 7 days, 30 days, and so they're regulatory compliance driven, if you will. And so, yeah, so I know about this stuff coming from the business problem side, and how can we leverage that technology to make smarter decisions and smarter processes. So I've learned a lot about it. I'm not a guru expert data scientist, but I live it.
And do you know, so there's you go through Instagram and you type on, you watch one business thing for too long, and now it's feeding you. You didn't even click on the damn thing. You just stopped and paused on it to read.
I wasn't looking at my phone. I put my phone down, and now apparently I need a.
You're in the algorithm.
Yeah, I'm in the algorithm.
So the algorithm came up about a new technology that's about to drop, and there's an older gentleman that told Ronald Reagan about the microchip and about how the microchip was going to change the world, and that the United States needed to start investing in it. And so now he's ringing alarms about this new phase of technology that's going to blow the microchip out of the water. And he's claiming any day here that it's about to have a press release and be done, and it's going to, be the moneymaker of this particular time.
Do you know what it is? Or you?
No.
Do you know
I
what
don't.
it is?
That's what I'm asking.
Frank?
So
So the one thing that
I
I do
have an
know,
idea of what it is.
before you tell me your idea, the one thing I do know is that quantum computing is the thing that is the next level of computation.
Ding, 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 ding.
Do you think that's going to be it?
I think that's what you're talking about. The only thing.
He claims some little vial like this in the image that they show on the little thing, that it's something like that. Maybe he's meaning the shaking up of being of being what are they? Not neutrons. They are
Protons,
Electrons,
the
neutrons.
smallest one that we have.
atoms.
That's an atom,
Yeah.
a molecule.
I know.
Sorry.
No, it's the it's the quantum one, that entanglement where when one goes off here, the other one could go off. The communication is with the other one. It could be on the other
gosh,
side of
yes.
the universe. It could be in space. It could be on the other side of the planet. It could be 10 blocks away.
Quantum entanglement.
Quantum entanglement, but it's the quarks or the whatever that separate. I can't. I'm gonna actually look that shit up because keep talking.
Yeah.
About
Well, I think you're talking about quantum computing but the only thing that threw me off about what you said was that there's going to be a press release that it hasn't come out. Quantum computing today is a thing. It's certainly not at a stage where it's commoditized. There's still, they're just touching the surface on this stuff. But one of the areas I would just say from like how it would affect our daily lives today is the simple fact that all of our security on our phones, everything is, 256-bit encryption. You have the Bitcoin wallets or all those crypto wallets. Those are all a certain encryption. With quantum computing, I mean, there's no such thing. That's not going to hold up. It breaks because it solves all of that encryption. I want to say instantaneously.
That's scary. You can't have that.
It's very scary.
Yeah.
they call it a particle,
It's
and in the shared quantum state that cannot be described independently. So literally, when I've watched smart people describe it,
I can't describe it. Right now.
I've watched, I'm not going to BS, 8 to 10 people explain it, and I've listened multiple times audio and watched multiple times and only read a couple snippets of it from here to there, and it took me a while to really gather everything from what we see to get to that point. It's a big step in all of these, in this process that brings us to this tiny moment. And this tiny moment right now, we put information on a little circuit board. And we talked about this briefly. That circuit board is so minute, and there are billions of them in warehouses that we're producing right now for AI. But quantum computing is the next level where there's no going to the circuit and pulling it off the circuit. It's instantaneous.
Yep. Yeah, and I think I'm going to blow this away, but you're talking about a particle thing, and I'll have to find it. I can't find it right now, but there is, at the particle level, there is a thing that has been discovered, kind of like an element 115 with the propulsion of UFOs, etc. But there is something like that, and I've heard of this before. And it was recently discovered, and I think it was something that Microsoft had been looking at for 10 years or plus, been trying to find this, and they finally cracked something on this particle or element level that breaks or changes the inherent structure of semiconductors, to your point, where it's not this very streamlined architecture to processing.
Right.
That I would call it like an amoeba, like a blob, if you will. It's fluid.
Yes.
In that, and again, I'm butchering this right now, but conceptually, it is something like what you're talking about, is my understanding.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that'd be a good thing.
Well, I don't know what things to invest in that are doing that, but there's something evidently right now to invest in that's doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy. The quantum computing stuff it's stuff unimaginable. I mean, someone gave me an example of, just to illustrate the power of quantum computing, and this would be like nothing for it. But if you wanted to say, look, I want to build a rocket that is capable of getting to Saturn in 3 days. Tell me what I need. Quantum computing, it involves technology that to solve that would involve having technology or certain things that maybe we don't understand today. But quantum computing would be able to help equate that. Okay, well, you need a booster that you need this to be made out of these materials
Yes.
to be able to get there.
Yeah,
And
you're
these
getting it-
materials
yes.
are not available today, but this is how you would make that material. This is what it would be made out of.
And those
this is the
things-
shape of what this rocket needs to be.
And those things that don't exist.
And
Correct.
they may not exist
To us.
to us.
Correct.
They're not correct. And you would need it'd need to be the shape. This is the type of fuel that you would need to be able to power that rocket. And so that's just an example of it would, and this is how you would manufacture that.
Scary.
So, you know,
That can't get out. That can't get loose.
it's just it's the power of it is pretty crazy. You know, I mentioned the encryption thing, but imagine it's really, things are left really to your imagination.
I'd be living like Mission Impossible movies at that point. If that kind of stuff gets out, the end of the world is near. Having people have access to quantum computing that can make bombs or viruses or health viruses to spread around the world, to end countries, to do that would solve those questions for those people.
Yeah, I will say in
I don't know enough about it to know if there are protections that you could put in place.
If you have
There
access
is.
to quantum computing, then you can get around that.
well, yes, but what I do know
sure it has its
today,
own level of limits.
what I know today is they're already developing, in the case of cybersecurity, already developing architectures to be able to combat the quantum computing of that. Today they're
Security
doing that.
measures.
This is kind of, I guess, fringe kind of stuff, but this is stuff that they're attacking today. And I think personally, I think the quantum computing thing, yes, it could be extremely dangerous, but I think it's relative. It's an evolution of things. For instance, you know, AI is going to take everyone, you know, all the programmers' jobs, right? You hear that, oh, it's going to wipe out that job. Well, not necessarily, in my belief, not necessarily. It's going to evolve. That job is going to evolve into something else. You're not going to be typing this, but you're going to be, they call it prompt engineering. You're going to be an expert. A developer is going to be an expert in how to ask AI certain things. It's not that they're not going to be there. It's going to be different. And so I think with quantum computing, in the way I see it, my little pea brain here, is I see it as also an evolution. Quantum computing is very, very new, but it's going to be something at some point that will be commoditized. You look at the space shuttle, the PlayStation, the first PlayStation has 500 times the computing power as what powered the first shuttle,
yes.
right? Or whatever that.
And Lander.
The moon.
Well, I actually don't know.
Oh boy,
Because
here
they-
we go.
Because
Here
they
we
deleted
go.
all that information. They
They
deleted
deleted it.
They
I heard.
deleted it.
I heard they
and they don't know
deleted
how
it.
to do it. They can't get us back to the moon.
No, we're going
from
there. You know that, right?
1975 or 68 or whatever.
We're going
whatever
short
that MTV
I
video
like, how
was.
I like how the camera pans up as it's leaving too. By the way,
Yeah, of course. It's
You
a
know,
remote.
remote.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Thank you, Stanley Kubrick, for that film. Look it up. Real talk. The moon's hollow. rings like a bell.
What's on the dark side of the moon?
There's no dark
That's
side.
all
The Japanese no, or the Chinese no, whichever one.
They're helium-3. They're mining helium-3. That's the next thing besides nuclear energy. Yeah. Let's go. How long are you staying on this?
They're supposed to be done, but we got more. We got more. What else you
I
got?
got 3 more hours.
What else you got? You got anything else over there in that little book?
You know what? I'll
Sir,
tell you,
Wizard
the
of Oz?
very first thing I put here was quantum computing.
Oh, was it really?
It was. I'm fascinated by it. I wanted to understand what you guys know about it, because I don't know a lot.
I don't know much,
but
conspiracy.
I don't know all of the breakdowns, but like it goes from like molecules to fuck, now I just had a brain fart.
molecules, atoms, particles.
Yes, thank you.
Something like that?
yes, something like that. And by the time you get to the particle, it's just
I don't even know what that means. I'm beyond lost.
Well,
It's great. It's breaking something down to its minutest point that it could possibly
And it does
be
it
broken.
in an instant.
So they talk about this with the alien technology stuff. Oh, we're going, guys. We're going down this hole.
Yes.
So it's when they say that they can pass through something, it's because it passes through on the atom or particle level.
Yes, molecular level.
On the molecular level, that everything obviously is porous to some degree. And so, yeah, it's the ability to actually go through the particles, not through just the object.
Because these, like just as an example, this has a particle structure that is just slightly off from this. And you don't realize that, but if you can adjust this slightly and adjust this, you can go through this.
So for those of you who are just listening, Bo is trying to explain to me how his hand is very similar to his fucking microphone pole, and yet he can take his hand this through this. Yeah, I'm glad you guys aren't watching that, because you'd be just as lost as I am. Look at Bo, I'm like, he's insane.
We need Neil deGrasse Tyson.
But that's what you're referring to, right? That level of
Yes.
interconnectivity or passage
or reduced down to that molecular level, and they're able to go by each other because, like you said, everything technically
That's
porous in a way. Enough atoms
at a
come
certain
together.
point. But yeah, now the particles, those are like the most finite item that we can see or describe, or we have an
That we know
indication-
of.
Yes, that we know of,
that we've seen.
and
Known science.
it pretty much opens the realm of impossibility. That's the bottom line.
It's exciting and scary as hell.
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah, all the above.
It's just like we're in this box, and there's just someone described it recently that there's in the science community, there's almost an arrogance, if you will, to well, this is just what it is, right?
We prove it, and that's the
and
nothing
that's
beyond this. This is
there's
solid.
nothing
Math has shown us.
We've solved it.
Right, math, the finite, right? Like
Exactly.
the true of what math is. Everything math explains literally everything. But
Yeah.
we've talked about it before. Like we just haven't learned the new science yet. We haven't found the new math
learned
equation. We haven't learned
telepathy
it. Yeah.
We haven't
we're
learned-
learning it.
That's it. Well, telepathic or telepathy tapes, or
Yes.
we start there, and we need to get the curriculum for remote viewing.
Yes.
I would love that.
I'll see if I can find something.
And one of the things
I don't know if I trust your ass.
that I hear about this is that you have to have an open heart to be able to communicate.
Well, that's
like aside from what that one kid said, like another instance of something that I heard was you have to be like open and free and not full of fucking being hung up and all that shit.
That's
to be
what I
able
was
to pull
just.
it off.
What was I just saying? Like when I find that I'm not rushing through life and I'm slowed down and I'm actually able to visually pay attention to everything in front of me, that's when I'm receiving that stuff.
That's another level of awareness.
Awareness. I think
Yeah.
it's happening all the time. You're just not receiving it. So having a good heart is the way he describes it. But open and humble would be another way. We're humble in life and just receiving and absorbing all of it, like you said, and being aware to bring. I think that that's where you need to be to have these this gift. I don't know.
And maybe we've always had it.
I think
And
you do.
I pressed it.
For sure.
I think we
100%. For
I mean,
sure.
I'd say- Yeah.
For surezies.
And now
is
it makes
new.
me think, I wonder if monkeys or other animals have it as well.
Dolphins do.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That there's things of that nature that could give you that.
I saw a meme the other day. I'm going to read it to you about dolphins. I really enjoyed it. Not everyone will enjoy this, but I'm going to read it to you. Okay.
No,
All of you aquatic
he's
individuals.
quoting the Cove.
No. What similar? I mean, it's you can't see it on camera. It's a little dolphin, and I saved it because I love this. And it's set up like it's an actual like headline, and it says scientists have announced that dolphins are second to man in intelligence levels. So that pushes women down to third place.
Oh boy. Boy.
It's funny.
Yeah.
It's funny. I heard a really good joke from one of our son's friends from high school. He says, "You want to hear a joke?" women's rights. I fucking fell. You guys aren't laughing. I think that shit is hilarious. You're afraid to laugh on camera. Fuck you. Fuck you. That shit's funny. Women, it's funny. It was funny. It was funny. Women have rights. It's not divisible. I'm just saying it was funny. It made me laugh. And now you're in third place. Maybe you didn't get it because you're in third place. I don't know what to tell you. Jeez. The Dolphins got my joke.
I thought you were Nick Fuentes from 70.
But dolphins are smart. Dolphins are absolutely, the whale, the flipper, the shamu, they're smart ducks, man.
And then you probably could put whales in that category.
Yeah, I would, all, marine mammals.
Well, and then you think about coming full circle with that, where there's how do these fish go in sequence, right? You talk about telepathy, and how do these, what are they, anchovies, sardines, whatever, they have these swirls of like bait fish or whatever. Well, birds do it.
It was because they were sensing. They're sensing.
With a magnetic field is what supposedly the birds are.
I thought that was
right?
fish.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
thought it was fish.
No.
That's how they're doing that.
Yeah, it's the magnetic and the in conjunction with air.
And I don't want to leave octopus out of that list. Octopus are extremely smart. Dumb in some ways, but extremely smart in many, many ways. There's a lot of things out there to explore the depths of the ocean.
What's that? Blue octopuses?
The blue rings. You know what though? What do you think about an octopus against the smarts of a dolphin? Do you think the dolphin's smarter? Huh?
I do.
Can a dolphin get out of a fish tank? No, but an octopus can get out of a jar.
That's right. But an octopus can get out of a fish tank and die.
This is true.
So they're too smart for their own good.
Yeah.
You see them on boats and they can't. I mean, but the thing is,
even on the
they
docks.
always find water. That's the thing. They do find water when they're on a boat. It's like they know exactly where to go to get off. Or they're on a dock, but they don't go down the dock like some dumb bug might do. Like when you block it, it goes right towards the fire. I watch crickets jump into my fireplace or moths fly. I'm like, okay, bird brain, you're a fucking idiot. But octopus always finds water. So I mean, Superman, Mighty Mouse, I'm not really sure who's going to win the battle. But the Dolphins are up there, buddy. Yeah, right above women. Right above women.
Hey, he's got a full shovel and he's just digging. Hey, whatever. I'm here. I might as well have fun.
Well, my wife's a brainiac, so I can't identify.
She is. My wife was always right. I got a tattoo that says you're right. Yeah, it's on my left arm. It's not for me. It's because she's always right.
That's right.
Yeah. Well, that's smart man, right?
Yeah, it's about the only time I've ever been right, probably. My wife's always right. And in fact, I made that change relatively recent.
Yeah.
Like, you get your wife's always saying shit and you're like, and you do whatever you think you're going to do, whatever. And she was right. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to start listening to you. I think if you tell me, yeah, don't do that or go do this or don't do that, I'm going to go ahead and listen. And it's worked out well. Not just in my marriage, but in life. It's gone well for me. Yeah, so I'm reducing my road rage. I'm listening to my wife.
Okay, reduction in road rage.
Reduction.
We'll see. The jury's out on that one. Jury's out on that one.
You're exaggerating.
Exact work in progress. Hello. Yeah. What else you got over there? What else you got?
I mean, gosh,
Come on, give me one more.
boy.
Give me one more.
Oh boy.
One more.
We were going to talk about this. We brought this up a while back at a Cheesecake Factory, and I'm like, all right, I'll write this down. I went to a CrossFit gym for a little while.
Nice.
And random is, I think I was, my trainer was a very famous porn star.
Oh, that is random.
Oh, that's what made you think of it, because we saw poor man's Johnny Sins walk by.
We think we saw him in the flesh. No pun intended.
First time, Johnny.
At
Respect to you.
And this is at a restaurant.
Yeah,
I was like, I made a joke. I was like, that looks like Johnny.
Yeah.
And I pretty sure that he may have been my trainer. Could be, maybe not, but he's got a doppelganger.
Peter North.
What's that?
Peter North, was that your guy? He was showing you how to work out. Peter North. No, you know Peter North. Don't act like you don't know Peter North.
No, I do.
Yeah,
I had to think of it. That's back in the day.
Yeah, it's an old
back
one.
there.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, he was just fun fact.
That's interesting.
I think it's a fact.
That's interesting. I think it's a fact.
I think it's a fact. But yeah.
So did you ask him?
No, because believe it or not, at that time I didn't know who Johnny Sins was.
Okay.
So wait. So do you think it was Johnny Sins?
I mean, I wouldn't say it if I didn't.
But you didn't say who you thought it was.
I think it's him.
You
I think
it's
it was
Johnny,
him.
You think Johnny Sins was your trainer?
I think so.
Did you look up and see if he was a trainer at some
Is he
point?
from OC?
I didn't. I don't know if he's from OC, but he's made reference to being in San Diego.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, okay, well, maybe. Oh.
I don't know if Johnny Sins needs to train people how to work out. He's probably making some pretty good
I
money.
think
You're right. Be amazed.
You feel how little these dudes get paid. It's a cover.
You know how much porn they gotta do?
Oh, damn them. It's his recruiting funnel.
Those unlucky bastards.
It's recruiting funnel.
No. What else? You got anything else on there?
Any other? You know what? I don't. I mean, I've so many rabbit holes that we could go down in general.
I thought. Let's see if I had anything.
What do you have, Josh? What do you have, Bo?
I got one.
Oh, let's do it.
I got a vent. So last
Oh,
week,
then
last week or the week before, we talked about people talking on speakerphone in public. Okay. How annoying that is.
Yeah.
All right. So I got another phone one for us here, and I'm gonna throw.
No, he did construction prior.
Well, this was recent that you saw him. So was he?
No, this was not recent.
Oh, it wasn't
This is
recent.
many moons ago.
Oh, before the.
Yeah, this is like
This is doppelganger.
This is like 15 years ago.
Oh. Okay. All right. So
12 years.
I'm gonna vent a little bit about how people handle their text messages on their fucking phones. I'm gonna throw two of my children under the bus. Okay.
Are we backing up?
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
One of them.
Yeah.
One of them. I don't see his phone. He doesn't live with me. He's a man and he lives in a different state. And he's bad at replying to text messages. You interact with him because
Yes, I
you
do.
see him when you visit up there in Washington. And I'm sure he replies to you. I don't know how in a timely fashion, and he replies to me in a semi-timely fashion. But I know that he's really bad at it. My daughter, on the other hand, my youngest daughter, has over 1,700 plus unread text messages on her phone. And she's like, oh, most of them are like group text or whatever. And I don't want to read. I'm going to go, how the fuck do you know when someone texts you? Like, you don't really know. You're not keeping track of that number because you're a teenager. You're getting texts all the time. So you can't tell me that you didn't realize that someone had texted you. Or you're going to not know, right? You're not going to
So you're
reply.
saying there's gonna be something you're gonna miss.
You're gonna miss shit, right? And I'm your father. When I text you or call you, I want you to know and I want to reply, right? And she's really good at replying because her fucking phone's in her hand all the time, right? But it drives me insane. Notifications in general drive me insane on my phone. So if I see that I have a notification on any app, I need to clear it.
I was hoping you were going to go there, Josh.
I need to clear it. So I don't care if it's Facebook Messenger. I don't care if
Email?
if it's Alaska Airlines. I have no flights planned. I'm gonna go clear that notification. Emails. My emails are blank. How many unread emails you got? I want to know. I can't read them.
No, look at the
I know. I
red.
see little red dots.
They got red
How
dots.
many unread emails you got?
Unread emails. It doesn't say I have 2 unread text messages.
Okay, that's okay.
since I've been
that's
here.
fine. And I know you got a million unread.
No, I've only got
emails.
3. Well, 1.
Email. Go to email.
I know. Well, let's get there. 2, 3.
Oh, just notifications on your app.
Just notifications.
Okay.
And
But the key ones are the text
so my work emails.
and the email.
I have 26 that I've had. No, 23 that I can't find. They're like so far back. Now I could go on my phone and I could open them all and clear it.
Just show them all red.
But I know that there's 23 somewhere back there. But today there's probably 4 that I haven't answered yet. That I'm
That's not
still.
bad.
But
No,
on my
that's
work,
nothing.
I mean my personal.
Oh, yeah. Well, business is business, right?
Yeah, business. I'm on my game. I can't afford to skip.
You got your priorities straight.
Yeah. Same with you. I mean, your lifeblood is email. Same with me, right?
Yeah.
696.
Oh my God.
Nice.
I used to have
Delete. Swipe left. Gmail. Swipe left.
What do you mean? Freedom Boat Club.
Equestrian tires.
Oh yeah. Oh, you want to talk about that? Here's a fucking joke for you. So, No, hold on. I want to wrap up here on this unread messages.
Okay, I will about the unread messages. In her defense, I know who you're talking about.
I'll drop her name.
Is
Shit.
Kaiser.
Yeah, that's right. Or so say.
Is if you don't read the text message, but they text again, it goes to the top of the list. So if
Okay.
she's not looking at it, she won't miss your guys' text messages because it'll go to the top.
I get
Not
that.
like email. Email, it just keeps getting buried and buried and buried.
I get that.
So you're safe.
No, it's not really about me personally not getting my messages read, even though I said that. It's more like it annoys the hell out of me that you have these unread. Why are you not
we get
reading
down to
Why
it.
are we not reading?
Now we
this
just
shit?
go.
I really want to know, why does it bother you?
Because I have a personal issue with my own, so then I project onto others.
Wait, let me get my notes out.
Let the minutes reflect.
Who's taking the copay?
Yeah.
Because I have personal issues with it, so I project onto others.
That's right.
That's what I do, but it annoys the hell out of me, dude. And so it's like, I have other people, adults that do that, you know, adult friends that you know that do it, and it's like, well, they don't want to reply to the so-and-so because they don't want to interact with them. So then if they click on it, it'll show left on red, right? Which is this whole kid thing, you left me on red. Like, okay, well,
Wait, what's that?
left on red is like
What is
when I send you a message and it shows that you read it and you never reply to me.
Okay,
But when does the conversation end? Is there never an end to this conversation? When can I ever just not reply? Like, you say goodbye, I say goodbye, but you left me on red. Are you supposed to say something else? Like, can we get beyond that? You're not leaving me on red. You read the fucking thing. You didn't reply. It's okay. If I have an issue with it, I'll reply back.
Remember how sensitive you were at
I-
texting?
yeah.
I was not sensitive at 16. I was very, very easygoing at 16. I'm much more angrier now that I'm 45. So yeah, read your messages. Turn your read receipt off, your read receipt, whatever, on Apple. Like, you don't have to show that it was read. And it's like,
mine's
and then I'm like, she's like, they're group texts, and I don't want to be in the group text. Okay, well, just read it, and then they want you. Doesn't show that you read it.
We have a family group text, and I don't read it all the time. It's
There
too
you
much
go.
to go through it.
Yeah, and a lot of side combo.
Yeah.
I get that, and I'm not mad at that.
Yeah.
But I'm like, click it so that the notification goes away.
So that there's
Yeah,
no
yeah.
red.
I do.
Because most
Number, I do.
right, because most of the issues like, well, I don't want to reply, and then they don't want to hear about how they got left on red. I'm sorry, dude. This annoys the shit out of me. I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry.
I'm not sorry.
I'm not.
I
Sorry.
mean,
I'm
so
not
is
sorry.
would that be categorized like a pet peeve?
I don't. Maybe pet peeve.
Is that too? Is it minimizing it too much? You're so peeved. You're a walking pet peeve.
Yes, maybe. I don't know. It's
Oh, you got a pet peeve?
No, I mean, I probably got 1,000 of them, but nothing I can think
Nothing
of
that
right
comes out of mine.
now. No.
by you working on your AC unit. That might be a pet peeve.
Oh boy, that's a whole nother story. No,
Is it as bad as Josh's car choice?
Yeah, actually, it is. It's getting there. It's on that road.
I tried to fix it for $250 and it cost me $5,000.
What did you try to fix?
I thought it was a blower motor, which it was, in the AC unit. So I DIY'd it. I got what I needed. I used AI to figure out exactly what model of blower motor I needed. And I got it. I threw it. I put it in there. It started working. And then it blew up. It blew
Like
up.
my
And the guy
transmission.
told me, well, it's a long story, but the guy ended up telling me that I didn't hook it up right. I'm like, well, it was working for 2 weeks, over a week. And then it short circuited. Anyways,
Yeah, it happens.
$4,000 later.
Yeah.
That's totally possible.
But a pet peeve, I would say I've got two super random ones. One is like if I'm going to use the microwave and there's still time left on the microwave. I told you it's random. Where is this going? I told you this is random. You're learning something new about your boiled ears.
That is so random and funny as fuck.
And then another one really on the same like vein there, kind of ridiculous.
I do have one now. You guys
freaking
made me
hate-
think about it.
I hate when you go to plug in a vacuum. Yes, I have a plug-in vacuum, and it just starts right up. The power's on, and then just plug it in, and it starts going. Again,
There's much of you just pull on the plug when you're in the middle of it.
there it is. It is. Anyways,
Everybody's vacuum prongs are twisted sideways.
Yeah, mine's definitely not as funny, but it's still fucking. It's one of those questions. Why do people next to me on the street have their windows rolled up and a mask on?
Yeah.
oh, nice one.
There's no one in the car.
And there's
They're
no one
not
in the
Uber
car.
driver. You got
No
your
one in the
mask
car. You're
on.
not by yourself.
Yeah.
And you have a mask on in your car. Maybe their car reeks like gas, or they got to leave.
They rather smell their own breath, I guess.
That is crazy to me.
Yeah. My pet peeve is the ones we've been talking about, like people talking on or watching your Instagram videos out loud when other people are sitting there. I'm trying to watch TV. I got my daughter over there playing whatever she's got, and I'll be like, I'll look up, shut the fuck up, get out of here, go take that somewhere else. And they do it on purpose now.
2 days ago, I'm on the couch. I'm watching something. I don't remember what it was. Kaden comes right next to me, sits right there, and starts watching something on her phone. I go, what the fuck are you doing? She goes, watching my show. I said, no, you're not. She goes, gosh, what's wrong with you? I was saying, have I ever walked in the living room and done that shit to you? Oh, God. Okay, I guess.
That's hilarious. Well, listen, we'll do it. She'll turn on, and I'll look over slowly, and she's already looking and waiting for me to lose my shit. And she'll tell Sophia at the same time. 2 different videos go on. I got something on the TV, and I'm like, get the fuck out of here. Go to your rooms. Go to your home, wherever that is. Leave. Get out of here. Yeah.
You're grown now.
Yeah, exactly. Go your room.
And you deserve all of that.
I probably do. I ran
it.
through the ringer.
Yeah.
All of them.
Yeah.
All of them consistently.
I love that.
Good-ish.
Well, I think we got to shut her down. We ran a little long because you and I have somewhere to be tonight to go
Yeah, I got to make a phone call.
do something. So we're going to go do that. Go see some old friends over some bad news.
Yeah. Exactly.
But it was fun having you. Let's do it again.
yeah.
Thanks for coming, brother.
Yeah.
Great. I appreciate it. This was great. I
Let's
had a
do it
great
again.
time.
Yeah, let's do it
and-
again.
and
Let's
toss it in.
let's go back and do some more quantum.
Let's just jump. We've established some rabbit holes. We'll jump right back in.
Yes.
I'll do a little bit of research too. Now you got me thinking about that element particle thing.
Yeah.
Good.
Anyways,
Good. Okay. Well,
All right.
thanks for listening and thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe, comment. If you
Hit the like button.
if you're listening to this, I want to put this on camera because I've told a couple people. Okay. Now listen to me. If you know me and you've been watching the show, okay, and you're like, oh, I like this, I like that, and you have comments, I don't want to fucking hear them. Comment on the videos. Interact. I would rather you interact.
Don't call me.
If you hate them, you hate it. Tell me you hate it in the comment. You love it. Tell me you hate it in the comment. Tell me you love it. Tell me whatever the fuck. Don't call me. Interact. Share with your friends. We want everybody to watch, even when they hate it.
But
Keep
two
watching.
things. One, be nice. Just be nice.
And
And tell me where I'm wrong.
tell me where I'm fucking wrong. Thanks, Vinny. Thanks for showing up.
yeah.
I'ma talk shit in a world gone stupid.
A bullshit? A bullshit.